Now, I have a question. It's an important one. Which logo do you prefer, right? Think about this. Think about this. Do you prefer the Complexity logo, the EG logo, the Cloud9 logo? Which one do you prefer? It's a big choice.
Yeah, it's a pretty big choice.
There's Star, there's Clouds.
Yeah. And they're all pretty good, right?
They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
EG, yeah, they returned to the old like thing.
I actually like the CPH Flames logo.
Okay.
Better.
All right.
That's a good answer.
All right. Okay.
I like that. I like that.
That's a good answer. No,
Add some fun to your space with Xtrfy, designed in Sweden with focus on quality products built on experience. You're looking at Project 4, their 4th generation of products with super cool colorways to stand out, with matching sets to satisfy with a solid B4 bungee, lightweight ergonomic M4 mouse, the K4 keyboard is fantastic, all of which are performance focused, and finish it off with colorful GP4 mouse mats that are bold in design and smooth on the surface. The retro theme in particular has got the feels. Complete your setup with Xtrfy. No regrets, guaranteed.
Hey buddy, let me show you how to fix that. Bitskins.com. Buy and sell skins instantly. Deposit and withdraw funds instantly with crypto or directly to your Visa card. Bitskins.com, the best skin marketplace.
These bombs go to the teammates.
I wanna see you falling fast. Win the round. Win the game.
Parimatch, your esports teammate.
Are we live? Why did you just change headset? All right, let's do this again. Yeah, this is where we can see the fire.
Like,
Normally we can only hear the fire. Now we can see it.
Or we don't hear it. We don't hear it. We just continue doing our own shit, and
All
it's
right.
all nice.
All right, let's
Why
try
only
again.
me?
Hold up.
Why only me?
This is
I
fine.
think
This
Prof
is
is
fine.
good.
Ready?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Scene. HLTV Confirmed, episode 60, season 5. Thank you for joining us here live and direct on the couch. We've got Lucas, obviously keeping things as beautiful as ever. He's got rosy red cheeks right now. A little bit embarrassed with that muted mic, but Prof and Striker joining me here. And let's get through the sponsor stuff again. That's Xtrfy. I'm not going to spell it. You know where to go. They got all your peripherals, the mouse, the keyboard, all that good stuff. We also have Parimatch. Make sure you gamble responsibly. And Bitskins. Buy and trade some skins, CSGO items. Those are the good stuff.
CSGO skins mostly,
yeah. That's the sponsors of the show, and they make this all very possible, so thank you to them. And yeah, we are live. Now, boys, this is going to be the most conversational one we've actually done, because we're all in the room together here. So let's start with Prof down the end, because you traveled today.
Yeah.
How did it go? As our resident COVID expert, do you think the COVID? you think they've got it under control?
I've been testing around, doing like all of these tests, asking people like, "Do you have COVID?" And people said, "I don't have COVID."
That's great.
So overall, I think it's pretty good.
We're socially distanced by about 30 centimeters each, so we're bringing it down.
It's double or triple the size you have in the plane.
That's true.
So I think that's also very nice. I also did like miss my flight for the first time, like being my own responsibility for doing it. So, I mean, 30%. There was 3 of us, and we all kind of fucked up.
You all missed it.
Yeah, we were like together, and we together accomplished this monumental task of missing a flight.
Okay.
For no reason.
All right.
And I even went to the reception, service desk. I literally told the girl, like, it's all our fault. We're just stupid. There's not, and she was like, okay, we'll rebook it free of charge.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this
okay,
is nice.
that's nice.
Honesty is the best policy.
All right, good start to the day there. So, Prof's here, but Striker, you've been here for a while now.
Yep.
And look, how have things been going overall? When you're the man on the ground, really. Right? I've been seeing the story updates. We've been getting all the reactions and stuff. What's it been like? Because it's looked pretty hot.
Honestly, like from being here, this is the best place to be. Honestly, like I understand, especially considering what's been going on outside and outside of my control and stuff like that. Like for me, just being here, you know, seeing all the reactions in person, like that's something that I haven't seen in a year and a half. So, you know, to experience this for the first 10 days, I'm just super stoked about that, to be back on actual LAN and, you know, not just seeing it through my screen, and like to actually get to talk to people and stuff like that. All of this, like, it's, you know, going back to LAN, that's actually what I imagine to be being back on LAN, you know?
Yeah, it's actually got a good vibe about it. Like when I came in today to check in, like there was a bunch of people at the bar, you know, and like you could just see there's a vibe and everyone's chatting and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, we're obviously not past all the nonsense. We're not past all the mess, but it's like, this is what it's about. And look, it was a worrying travel day for me, like in the sense that it's just like getting here, right? Because it's a quick turnaround time from where we were. Like in case anything went wrong, you know, you miss a flight. Obviously, we all know we know what happened to Matt, right? Which sucks. It sucks to not have Matt, absolute legend, like not to be able to cast in the arena. That really does suck. So I know he's on his way back to Canada right now, and maybe just maybe they can work something out. I don't know. I'm not gonna, you know, but for that's what I'm talking about, right? So we're all a bit nervous about that, because if we get stalled out, you know, it's a quick turnaround, and it could all get fucked up basically within a day. So walking through that airport, just getting through and being like, oh my God, like we're here. And then walking into the lobby and then seeing everybody, like I haven't had a grin on my face like that in a while. It's like, oh my God, like it is real, right? Because you've had this feeling for the last 10 days, but I think for even the people at home, right? Until we get into the arena tomorrow and there's people in there and you get like that, and the stage, man, like the last stage we had was the Katowice one, and it was empty.
No audience,
yeah. So like this, it feels surreal, and I'm glad that it's gone off without a hitch to this point, in the sense that it's happening, right? We said on the last show, right, we tried to temper expectations because we all knew that there would be a couple of hitches here. Now, this is the cool thing we have tonight, right, guys? It's all going to be the focus on this major, right? We're not going to be diving anywhere else. Now, if there's any players or coaches or anybody watching right now who's in the hotel and you want to swing by, we have a fourth headset. You can fit between these two lovely gentlemen here. And if you want to join us for a chat, feel free. You know where we are. We're on the 5th floor. Come a knocking. Stream room 1. Right? That only matters. That only matters. Huh?
Stream A, room 1 or something like that.
Team A, stream 1 or something like that.
There you go. Stream A, team 1. You can't miss us. You can't miss us. So if you want to come by and you want to have a chat and you feel like it, feel free, right? Completely up to you here. But we have 3 different perspectives between the 3 of us, right? Yep. So, Prof, you've been watching at home, right? Yeah. As a lot of the viewers at home have been. Probably watching a lot more Counter-Strike than some of them, right? Who have been at school and work and all that kind of stuff. Striker, you've obviously been the man on the ground getting all the vibes. And I've been through the lens of, you know, some of the broadcast issues, which I'm sure everybody at home, if you've been watching a lot, they're aware that day 1, right? There was an update. Thanks, Valve. We love you.
That's a classic.
It is a classic, right? But we've had that before. We had it with the Faceit event. Remember the Faceit event we had it? It was like Inferno and they couldn't hear footsteps.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a major where, because of all of these issues, I think the last game was played like 2-3 a.m. and was like a Astralis complexity when they had to reschedule the match. And it was like, are we going to reschedule? There was like a huge drama about this. And that's the thing. Like we come to watch the major with this perspective. Yeah. Being there, seeing all of this stuff. And there's a lot of people that either like they don't live Counter-Strike, they watch Counter-Strike. So they forget about it, or they're completely new people and they expect like this is the major, day 1, it's going to be amazing. That's why I try to like temper the expectations as well, even on Twitter with that stupid like prediction thing of what's going to happen. Of course, the first day started with a shit show, and it's like, just like wait 2 hours at least, you know, wait for the first day. Like all of these things, it's PGL didn't come without a fucking HUD. Like they have HUDs. They invented the fucking CSGO HUD. They're going to have a HUD. Just there are issues, and we want to play the game, so we're not delayed on the first day. And delay-wise, I think this is the best major in the last like 3-4 years that we had for the first day. We actually got there in time, so yeah, props for that.
Not even just the first day. I think the whole thing has been pretty, like, that's what I'm saying. Like being here, for me, everything is like fucking perfect. Yeah. Like I've had barely any problems with anything. If anything, like there were days where I thought we ended too early. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we supposed to do for the next 4 hours? You know, it's just like nothing happening. And that's like, then they pushed it later and people were like, oh, is this going to be the fuck up? Because now they play all in the studio and stuff like that.
It still worked
out. It worked just fine. Like
the turnaround time in the studio, I'm amazed. Like it's like 30 minutes. Yeah. Maybe 40 minutes, but I think like that's like on average it's amazing. I expected it to be a lot longer.
I thought so too.
Honestly, like MOUZ is here, and MOUZ's dream hacks have been amazing in the past. Like the opens, they were like so on time all the time. So I guess there's something to it. It's not. I don't think it's random, honestly.
We've definitely had like some dramas though, right? Like the tech issues to kick off, like that. For me and Alex, we were on the A stream, right, casting the first game, and there was obviously issues that were caused because of the update with the HUD, right? So like the first like 6 or 8 rounds of that game, because we're wanting to get things underway, the game goes live. And the poor observer doesn't have like, as you guys, if you caught that game, probably saw they didn't have a radar, which means Alex and I didn't have a radar. The observer doesn't have a radar. Like, and the first, like, well, this is that's nightmare mode, because a lot of the casting you do is off the radar, right? Because you're trying to anticipate what the action is going to be and stuff. So we started like that. Obviously, the HUD, everybody on Reddit, right, making some comments here, there, and everywhere, and the HUD has been, subtly updated.
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things is, and there's actually a lot of cool things, like, for example, no halftime break, right?
That's
an
amazing.
adjustment for everybody.
That's also one of the reasons why the days are, not the days overall are that shorter, but it adds up.
It does add up, yeah.
If you have like 8
like
matches,
2 minutes,
and 3 minutes, I think it's for ESL. That's a lot of time, and it's pretty nice. Like the matches, especially the best of ones, are so like action packed. There's no pauses, no nothing. We just like roll. And we had some blowouts on the first days as well.
Yeah.
Like not even the first 5-6 days. There was a lot of blowouts. So that also helped like the schedule be on time.
Yeah. I think as well as that, like, so for example, like the HUD, I know we were quite happy with the HUD. You liked it, right?
Yeah, I liked it from the beginning. Being basically like, I saw like some of the same issues that people were pointing out. Obviously, there's
It was really little things in the scheme
exactly
of it.
like
The radar was a big one, right?
yeah.
They
I think
fixed
the radar. The fact that the radar was kind of small and like the dead images and stuff like that. People played the images of the dead players were a little bit too similar to the alive ones, and like these are all relatively easily fixable things, and they fixed them pretty quickly. Like the next day, most of the issues were fixed, and then some people were saying how the camera is not too big, and then the next day that came up. So it was like the fact that they managed to make the HUD almost like pretty much perfect within 2 days from when they first started using it. I think that's like, sure, like obviously in an ideal scenario you would have to have it be perfect from day one, but you have to keep in mind PGL have not run an event in whatever how many years.
It's been a while.
And they've just haven't had the chance to use this HUD. So it's like obviously there's going to be some adjustment time, and like considering that even the first version was actually quite good. Overall, like obviously, it's like a little bit too packed and whatever, and then the radar had some improvements to be made.
Money
but
all
like,
the time.
yeah, exactly, and just like some of these things that we're used to, but it's like still overall as a HUD is very usable and very,
it doesn't
very serviceable.
It doesn't destroy your viewing experience in any way.
I think that was the biggest part. Basically, like it wasn't intrusive. It's just like whatever issues there were, those were like additional information that you would like to have, but there was nothing like intrusive about it. Like I don't want to put this up against like the ESL experiment where they did like the vertical.
Sure. WePlay still does that, by the way, and nobody complains. Just an FYI, right? Just for context.
Because not a lot of people watch. That's also
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, just to put it up in contrast, it wasn't anything that broke my vision of the game and like how what it had to look like. So like it was just so non-intrusive, and like, but if you look at it and like see the detail, it's actually really cool and like design-wise and stuff like that. So I just liked it from the beginning, and I knew that like as the criticism came in, they would be able to fix it, because I was in constant conversations with people about it and like gave my own feedback as well, and so I knew that there was gonna be fixes quickly.
The bomb one, for example, right? Like that one is a big deal, especially as a caster, right? Because like it ruins the immersion of the moment, right? And that one they fixed, and that one there, like the guy who did the HUD, I was talking to one of the observers, and then we were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, we should get that done, and this, that, and the other. And the guy who does the HUD walked in the room, and he was like, oh, it's this guy. And we sat him down, and we were like, oh yeah, this is the reason. He was like, oh, but like I thought everybody would want to know the exact time, right? Like, and it's just like something that is a thing that they think people are going to enjoy. But it's the difference is like, imagine an arena where you can see the time exactly, and nobody has to hold their breath, right? Yeah. Whereas like you want that anticipation.
We also just went over that a bunch of times already in the last 2-3 years. Like it feels like everyone tried it, and then people just like, oh, please don't do this. It's ruining the fun. And then people just like, okay, just remove that.
Yeah, and it's fixed. It's fixed now, right? This is the thing, right? If these arena games and this has got nothing to do with PGL. This has got to do with the Counter-Strike. If the arena pops off and the crowd is there, right, and it's epic Counter-Strike, that's what we're going to remember. remember,
Yeah.
right? We're not going to be in years from now going back, well, remember day one of the fucking PGL. We're not going to do that, right?
There's no HUD in that game on Overpass. I don't know who played, but it was Overpass.
But that's the thing, right? I understand like people coming into this, the anticipation, because we've all built this up on the highest pedestal, right? 2 years, right? All this stuff, no arena, this, that, and the other, right? It's understandable. And I think that the level over the last couple of years, especially like with Blast, who we always praise with their production level and stuff, they've raised the bar for everybody, right? So the expectation immediately is it has to meet that kind of a level. So when things don't, right, it is very loud, right? The noise, because we check Reddit and we check the HLTV forums and we check Twitter and we see this stuff, right? So but at the end of the day, right, and we're not like, this is the thing, it's not like we're letting them off the hook. We know where the problems are. We're outlining the problems, right? Then they know where the problems are too. And I think just the expectation has changed a lot over the years, and I think that's one of the things that factors in to the environment like this. But okay, so we covered the HUD. Maybe look, we have a lot here to actually go through, right? And this is the thing. I got a call time tomorrow of 9:25, and we have
12 hours.
We have 12 hours to do the show. But this is, I don't know. The thing is, we don't have to be as structured as we are online, because one of the things for people at home, I'll ruin the immersion for all of you, is at home, when we're on the interwebs, I have to direct the flow of conversation a little bit more, because otherwise we'll be talking over each other, because that's the way the fucking webcams work, right? But I can look at you and you can look at me and we can pick up from each other and we can even talk over each other because we're in this environment. So we can be a lot more conversational here, but for Lucas's sake, we need to make sure that we're keeping a loose structure. So were there any other immediate takeaway? I guess one of the others is the fact that there hasn't been any COVID, like in terms of like, I'm sure there's been testing and stuff, and nobody's popped yet.
People have been like sick, but not sick with COVID.
Yeah, Dexter said he had a cough.
Yeah. A couple of people.
Tapson, I think, had something similar like that. Also some kind of a cough, but like nobody actually apparently has COVID. I also had like a scare one day because I had a fever, but it ended up just being like a food poisoning thing related. So it's like, I'm not gonna say it's a miracle, because it's still, like, Sweden's actually doing quite well and stuff like that, and we are, as much as this is not a bubble, we're still kind of sectioned off. We're not necessarily like in the middle of like everybody's going out to parties and stuff like that.
You got to be responsible.
So I mean, I'm sure some players are still going out and whatever, but like it's kind of like segmented, So it's there's going to be much smaller chance of us catching anything, just because most of us are just locked in this, not locked, but like just staying in this fifth, fourth floor where the tournament is going on. So. There's just going to be a much smaller chance for us to catch anything in the first place. So I think obviously it's a good sign that we haven't had any problems with that. I'm hoping nothing like that happens in time for the playoffs. That would fucking suck.
That would ruin everything.
If we had, the problem, the biggest, I just want to mention this now because I thought it was so stupid from some of the teams. You know how they put in some of these subs, that like these extra people on top of the coaches.
They didn't bring them, did they?
They actually didn't bring them here.
So what's the point of listing him as a sub?
That's what I'm saying. Like you actually fuck yourself, because you can't use the coach anymore. Like if you
like on the day, if they popped on the day and then they had to play, then you couldn't use that and you'd have to play four, and then maybe what the fuck?
And I know of one of these teams that had a bit of a scare in the morning where like one player wasn't feeling so hot, and there was like a chance, what if he deteriorates? It's going to be bad, and then like suddenly they can't use their player because he's not actually here. So I mean, like as much as I was praising people for like actually putting in their subs and stuff like that, and actually like actual players, so that we don't have
it was an illusion.
Exactly, it was an illusion.
Like society at the moment.
I just don't know why they did it in the first place, because like. Well, once you put in an extra sub, you can't use your coach. It has to be either your coach and a sub at the same time, or you have a coach and sub separate. Yeah. So like once you actually put in an extra sub, you can't use the coach, and you're just fucked if something last minute happens. So like that's incredible to me that they went through the trouble of adding them to the lineup, but not actually flying them over or just like having them be ready.
At least on standby, some variety,
exactly.
Right?
Like at least fucking like
they don't have. Maybe now for the playoffs they can fly them in. I don't know.
Yeah, well now
at least these teams that are
right.
And you can, if you don't play, are at least like chilling in the arena.
Yeah,
or something.
I don't think I haven't seen any of them honestly. Like I don't know anybody like now thinking about like Kenny, Alu, and whatever.
Kenny. Was Kenny listed for G2?
Kenny for
Kenny's
G2,
listed
Body,
for G2.
Body for Vital.
I haven't seen Body. I haven't seen
probably playing some
Alu.
online games, FPL and shit at the moment. Yeah.
I haven't seen Bubsky. I don't think he's here.
Man, Bubsky's already gone. Don't worry about Bubsky. He's listed, but he's fucking out.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Hey, Bubsky, we've listed you as the 6th. You're going to get a call up. He's probably like, fuck that. He's like, he's left the phone at home. He's just gone on holiday
He's
somewhere.
like, what? I can't hear you.
Sorry, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
I'm going into the tunnel.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay.
So I just wanted to say that because that's just so beyond me that the teams actually didn't have that contingency in place.
Well, they're lucky, right? We've gotten away with it. That's a nice way to do it. You know, Lucas, I don't mind if you just talk to us, right? The people at home, right? They just say hello.
Is this better?
No, I'm scared.
Why are you scared? You're
What
here
did
right
you-
now.
what
He
did you
likes to
do?
play this this timid role.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll get a couple of drinks in the lad. You don't give a fuck.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Use your imagination at home,
Are
guys.
we going to actually talk about Counter-Strike here? Or
Yeah,
just going to
Maybe
like...
we
well,
might start.
But the
me.
thing is, this is where we can start to pivot, right? Because we've covered off a lot of the initial stuff. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else.
I mean, there's a coaching thing.
I have one that I wanna get
That's
out.
a massive thing.
I've one that I want to get out.
Player reactions.
It's 1.5. 1.5. I read this complaint several times.
We'll allow it.
I read it several times, maybe more than several. Why the fuck do any of you at home have an issue if on the camera, me and the casters are standing? Why do
Right.
any of you have a problem with that? I don't understand because it didn't bother me, and I don't know why it bothered you. And if the backdrop you didn't like, I thought the backdrop was cool.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
one of the better green screens that we've had. I'm like, what are they? Those two things I didn't understand. Like all the things I'm reading, I'm like I'm going, okay, yeah, this one here, yeah, maybe we adjust that, and maybe we do this, and okay, yeah, maybe this is not great, but that I'm like, why are you wasting words on that?
So you're actually standing for the whole time or just this?
No, like the thing is, it's like, okay, guys, you're going to be on camera. We have a little light switch. We flick the light on. We stand up on our marks, right? And then we stand there and we look at the camera and we do our thing, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as we go into game, flick off the lights, sit in our seat. I have a screen in front of me with the GoTV when it eventually started working. That's a problem. That one right there, bit of a problem because I like to be in the game because I like to keep track of like if they're extinguishing smokes and the observer can't cover all that, right? So that's like my job as color to make sure that I'm covering those things.
Yep.
That one, that one, I don't know. I guess that's a Valve thing, right? Because if it's GoTV, right, you'd assume. Anyway, love you, Valve. But that one right there, not standing the whole time, and then we have GoTV in front of us, and I can fly around, I can do whatever I need to do. Like that's all you need. That's all you need, you know. And so those two, I'm a little bit confused about. But yeah, you were saying, Prof, you were building a list.
Okay, yeah. Player reactions, that's the thing that early on, like we didn't really get like
They were in their rooms.
But yeah, even when they weren't, it feel like it was like kind of and then player cams out came in. I like the post-match interviews, obviously, issue there, and just like
Great for HLTV though, isn't it?
yeah, that's the thing. Like we stepped in there because there wasn't any, so we stepped in to do that and like bring something to the people at home. That like that's the thing. Like people want that for the major. Like you want to see like especially in the challenger stage, even like the first 2 days, like there were almost no reactions from the players. Like some of these players got eliminated. Weren't even on camera almost. It felt
They
like
weren't. There was like there was a team.
like Sharks maybe or something like that.
Pain were never on the stream, I think.
Yeah.
Or on,
It would've
in
been-
this
I
video.
know because we were
Copenhagen Flames were never.
in the first, but
they obviously made it then.
but
they
Pain,
were.
like I know I was bugging our photographers, like, can you get a picture of Safe? You know, Safe the Furia. Something's like we need a picture. There will be a
Drop's
need.
doing all right now.
There will be a need for a picture of this guy.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and then it's like he's literally in the corner of the prac room in dark. You have like one picture. It's like okay, that's the best we can do.
Sure.
Unfortunate, but these are just like there are issues like. And not amazing, but as we talked like on the last episode, as long as it's not a complete shit show.
Yeah.
They just have like we'll work with whatever's happening.
I just want like this is a thing maybe people don't remember 2017 the Blast event, the entire first day of the Blast event never happened. That's not bashing on Blast, right? That was the first event they ever went to run, and we managed to do like a 3-hour podcast off the back of it, right? Like probably the highest viewership of a Twitch podcast ever, right? But like that right there. That is something you remember, right? Because it was an entire day got cancelled. Yeah. Here, as you mentioned, we finished on time. Like some of the days towards the end, the VP day and the Copenhagen Flames versus NIP day. For us in Romania, we're an hour ahead, so we're finishing after midnight.
Yeah.
But don't fucking worry about us. Like don't worry about us. Like we don't have a CSPPA to say no, we can't play after midnight. For us, I'll fucking do a broadcast at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? You know what I mean? Like my job is to talk about the game. I'm very privileged to have this in the first place. So, yeah, that kind of stuff there. Like I thought in terms of schedule, one of the things I understand is because people have gotten used to this in recent time is the set start times, right?
Yeah.
But when you have such a vast quantity of games, I won't lie. One of my favorite events that we ever did was a pro league. I don't know, maybe one of you two boys was there. It was in Dallas, and it was an accelerated schedule. And because it was Dallas, beautiful weather, there's a pool. I know our talent manager at the time was Melly. She actually does a lot of German broadcast stuff, but she ended up being our talent manager for that event. She set us up with a TV outside in the sun next to the pool. I'm out there tanning everything, you know. That event, every day we'll finish by 4 p.m. because it was an accelerated schedule. And then after that, it started to change. So people have only become used to set start times for matches in the last, I want to say 2-3 years.
2 or 3 years, yeah.
So running the accelerated schedule, sure, you might miss it if you penciled it in your calendar, right? But
like for the best of ones, I agree. For the best of ones and like 2 best of ones, best of 3 days. But when you have 3 best of 3s,
you think you can stay set?
You can stay set. I feel like it's just like the second match starting 1 hour earlier is like people are just sleeping.
Sure, especially the North American. I see the scheduling like stuff with that stuff, but at the same time, it's like we're spending a lot. I'm making too many excuses here. I'm gonna get.
In any case, like it's obviously down to PGL not wanting to end up in a situation where like one game gets completely fucked and gets 3 hours delayed, and then the other game just runs 2 hours past midnight, stuff like that.
Sure.
That's happened before.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to make sure that things run as smoothly as possible, and like you can't blame them for it, considering like the majors that we've seen in the past having some of these issues, like the Face Major just having like shitloads of overtimes in one of the stages.
Yeah, that's true. We
like
didn't have
insane
a lot
amounts of overtimes, you know. So like once that happens and some technical issues on top of that, you easily run like 3 hours over midnight or whatever.
I mean,
so it's like you have to be careful about that if you want to be, especially like at your first event, stuff like that. Like again, like you said, I don't want to make up excuses, but it is something that I at least understand just because of them running their first event. It's the major, everybody kind of wants things to run as smoothly as possible, and it's just one of those things, one of those sacrifices, I guess.
If anything, like a major is the only event that we can really say, okay, let's sacrifice the viewership and all of these things just for competitive integrity, having people play early on time and do all of these things, especially for the group stage.
I thought it was going to be a nightmare, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that right there, that change, like we had a little exchange about this.
Yeah.
I thought that change, I was like, oh, Jesus, like it's going to be 40 minutes minimum between games and maybe an hour. And then like, oh my God, the days going to be so long.
In the past, players were awful with that. Like,
really slow.
It was very slow. So I don't know what happened in the meantime. It's also
they cut huddles.
Let's not talk
That's
about
one of the, no, but we will. That's one of the many dramas,
it's
right?
literally like one of my everyday shit takes on Twitter these days. People just shitting on me all the time for trying to be like, okay, guys, but maybe look at it from this. You are absolute trash. Please shut the fuck up. That is Twitter, and I'm like, why?
You got to enjoy it. You got to embrace it.
It's like breaking 20,000 followers on Twitter. Not good. You just have a lot of people that you don't know just talking shit about you all the time.
I still have like the odd controversial take, but the thing is, I've done this set and forget. But like I'll tweet and then I'll just like kind of like ignore the replies now, right? Like, but the problem is there's a lot of people who are really nice, and then I feel like when I don't, I don't have to talk to them, right? And I don't, like I think everybody understands the way the internet works here, but there's some people, man, like especially during the online era last year, who would send these crazy heartfelt messages.
True, yeah.
Like they would send. Because I think the thing is, and this is key of where we are now, where we were in the middle of the pandemic last year with people not understanding the world and where we were going to end up. Like people were genuinely in a position like where they were lost, right? And a lot of people tuning into the broadcast, like that was like their TV show that they felt like they were part of cause hanging out, me, Henry, and Alex, like. That right there is going to be a very fond memory for me in like hanging out with those boys on broadcast every day, right? And people will send those nice messages. Anyway, tangenting right now. I'm going to get us back on track. We're going to get on track. Let's get on track.
Let's talk about CS.
Yeah, let's do CS. Okay, so we'll start with the Challenger stage, which we've already... Can we just say big thumb up to the format? This format's fucking great. Like, this format has everything, right? The best of one's intense. It sets it up. And then the best of threes to get through. I think we're probably lucky that the butthole system came on in, right? Like... Oh, what, right?
Yeah.
I know it's not pronounced that way, but
I don't know how it's pronounced. To be honest.
I think we're lucky that came in, right? Because did we one more time, Lucas?
Buchholz.
It's a chess thing, guys. If you care about chess, which I don't,
buttholes.
It's a system to help with the seeding. Now, We all know the original seeding was trash, but we all understood that was going to happen. And if you didn't understand that was going to happen, then you're not paying attention, right?
Yeah.
That's clear. But we got ourselves in a position where that was coming in, and I think here, who was the biggest upset that we didn't get through from the challenger stage? We're going to have to reflect back a bit.
Upset, it's not an I don't think it's an upset spirit because we kind of expected
now.
that. Yeah.
Dead
And
now,
then
of
they
course.
just dead now, of course.
I picked them.
Why did you pick them? We literally agreed they're going to be the disappointed.
No, you guys agreed. My vote didn't count because you got like at the
got
consensus. Exactly. We're in a democracy.
Believe, like, you literally went for them again. You went for them like after the player break because they played like so much FPL, and they disappointed you massively. And you're just like, let's go back again.
Yeah,
like,
but they have good players.
Chad, what happened with you and your mom to like lead you to this point?
And SDY had a good LAN.
SDY was probably their best player or some shit.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
I think now looking at the list, I think the only kind of like reasonable team you can make the case for would be Big, who went out in the deciding one of the deciding matches. I don't remember who they played. I'm trying to remember who they played in that deciding match.
Didn't they lose to like MOUZ?
Didn't they lose to Copenhagen Flames?
It was MOUZ and Copenhagen Flames and MOUZ. So it's kind of like
all of these like mid-tier teams they if you want to get to the next stage, you have to beat them.
You have to beat one of them, you know, at least. So that's exactly what happened to them. Like they needed to meet one of them, and then they would have been through.
That's
so
kind of disappointing, I have to say.
That's a disappointment. I had them for like in a potential, you know, like a chance to playoffs, like you know, that one of those things, like that they could take some of the bigger names down and stuff like that, just cause some upsets. Maybe not make to the playoffs, but maybe be on like that 2-2 bracket and just like having a chance at least, you know. So that one was a bit of a letdown, but then again, I didn't have like massive expectations on them, so I wasn't that worried about them not being in the legend stage. You know, it's not like we were missing any of the big teams. So I think in general, I think everybody kind of played up to the level that we expected, maybe except for a team like Copenhagen Flames, who just
exceeded everything.
Exceed any sort of expectations. Look at
Lucas. Look at Lucas.
What a smug bastard.
By the way,
he's been smug for like 2 weeks at home. It's like
just so people are in the loop, right? Like last episode when we all did the pre-major show and we were talking about expectations and stuff like that, Lucas had the biggest take of us all, the biggest fucking prediction that we all put in, which was that Copenhagen Flames are not going to be the team to finish the lowest out of the three, and they're not, by the way. Astralis are lower than them.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, if you're gonna be, if you're honest with yourself, if you are looking at the way that Counter-Strike stacks up and using any evidence that we had up until that point, right? What's wrong?
Oh, I just hear echo from I think.
Yeah, as long
something.
as it's not, we have a noise gate, we have all this good stuff. There is audio. Don't worry about that. We can definitely hear it coming through the headset.
Yeah,
but
I
as long
just
as
hear
it's
it back from the headset, you know. So it's like I'm.
He's not going to fix
by
it.
that.
He's not going to fix it. He doesn't go fuck.
Just
Look at this guy. He doesn't give a fuck.
He's just.
Yeah. So look, with all that stuff in play, right? If you didn't factor in the history of Astralis with the core four that have won like 3/4 majors, right? Magisk obviously making that a little bit harder to say, but if you don't factor those things in, if you don't think like, okay, yeah, right, fine, but you have to take history into context. It's very key to take history into context. So Luke is making that comment, and this is the thing. I'm sure that all three of us are very glad we were wrong, because the type of Counter-Strike that team played and the individuals, right? Roe was the talk of the town until nicoodoz just started to be an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Yabi in that last game, okay, dude, like these rounds, the two of them that just stand out in my mind, like on Nuke yesterday, and obviously they got the heartbreak, but he's run into top and just killed 4 players, like against NIP on Nuke, made it look super easy. And then lower site, he's in the lower site, he just gets all these, his AK looked so great yesterday, it was beautiful. But that team, right, Zyphon as well, we can talk about Ancient, I'm sure we can talk about this until the bloody cows come home. But
Zyphon's Deagle was fucking amazing.
As well, and they were impact rounds, right? This is the thing, like their impact rounds, what he was getting away with there. So everybody, and even HooXi, he was starting to in-game lead and get aggressive. He was doing like Hampus-esque maneuvers and shit. Like this is the thing, like that team, the type of Counter-Strike they were playing, they've been together, what, 5 months? Above and beyond any team that, you know, has been together for 5 months.
100%.
Yeah.
And that conversation that happened online where Bubsky chimed in, right? Who, you know, when he said that, you know, Roy was always a very skilled player in Mad Lions, this, that, and the other. I'm not going to dispute that by any means, right? I would never question that. Like, Bubsky has some hot takes, sure, but I would never question that because he's played with him. He's seen it, right? I'm going to trust the players on that stuff. But for him to go from the player Roy was to the player roeJ has been at this event, that's a revelation, right? That isn't just a simple, yeah, he was always good and now he's just playing
No,
good.
that's unprecedented, man. Like, I can't remember anybody, especially at his age, man. This is a guy who's like 27 now or some shit like that. And like, of course, in Mad Lions, we just knew him to be like this kind of like typical entry, you know, hot and cold. Sometimes he just hits all those shots and is looking really good. But then he has games where he doesn't hit those shots and he just like dies first all the time and, you know, doesn't really have any impact and stuff like that. And suddenly, like, he becomes the guy who hits all those shots all the time, legit, like every single game, consistent as fuck. Like in his role, that's almost unprecedented, man. Like you barely have any of those players, and especially if it's a guy who's literally had like whatever 2 tournaments worth of experience, of actual international experience, and he's 27 at the same time. Like that seems to be like such a crazy story. Like that was so weird to follow.
He did say to me, however, when we were here last time and the whole event had finished for the IEM Fall, and we were over there in the it's like a bowling and pool and all that kind of shit. Yes, I put on something nice, and he said to me, he said, yeah, like he was joking, right? Because he was joking about me playing again. And I was like, man, I'm too fucking old, you know? Like, and he's like, oh, yeah, well, that's what they told me. And I just played a shitload of deathmatch. I was like, okay, that's it. That's the recipe, guys. roeJ says play a shitload of death. But old boys, Jackie Boy and roeJ, old boys with aim. Like with aim. Like they're not, they're not just aggressive, like, Carrigan, for example, right? And like if you watch like Carrigan play and you watch like Apex play, like they're wide swingers. They're wide, but you watch like a roeJ play and you watch like a Jax play, jiggle peek, headshot, right? There's a difference in their approach to the game for sure. What's your do you want to get into it now?
I just want to mention like roeJ before joining Mad Lions.
Mad Lions
was also in Copenhagen Flames. Correct me
so
if
he's
I'm
come
wrong.
back. Look at this guy. Is he right?
He was in Copenhagen Flames before that, and that was when he was actually like fragging insanely, and then that's why he got picked up to a degree. But I felt like at the time he was just like on a lower tier, not really doing like you can't even compare it because that was like top 40 team or something. But then I was correct. But then on the Mad Lions team really wasn't all that. Like that's the thing. Like there's only I think one person who could really explain what the difference is here. And that's the guy that we don't talk about. Oh, it's the Voldemort of Counter-Strike. It's Hunden who is on the team. Like, and I want to understand like half of these players, what the fuck happened? Like, what is Acor and Mad Lions versus Acor and Mouthports? You're 2 completely different players. Just like roeJ, right? And Bobski as well. Like these are players that on that team were like this, or here's like it's a completely different player.
Just roeJ, if you are listening, maybe you're not. The Caveman tweets that you do, funny, very funny, building a brand for yourself. I like it. And while I've just given you a compliment, this is a strat. That's what you do.
Please stop doing it.
No, that's fine. He stopped after.
Compliment sandwich?
Yes.
Good sandwich.
You're learning about the compliment sandwich.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if I need it. But anyway, roeJ, if you want to come on the show, maybe not next week. We might do 2 next week. Do you want to do 2 next week?
I don't know. We might as well.
Maybe. Because there's a lull next week. There's no tournament.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks until Blast.
Right?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah. Let's do 2 next week. We'll try and get the winner of the major on. Right? There you go. There's one. And then the other one, roeJ, if you're listening, come on the show. And if you don't want to come on, tell HooXi he can come. We'll take one of you. We'll take both of you. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, so we'll leave the Flames there because we're going to return to them very soon, right? But let's just quickly go through this list. GODSENT, disappointing.
Disappointing. I definitely expected them to be. Maybe I was just baited in by the fact that like all their success kind of came in NA, and whenever they were in Europe, they weren't looking so hot. But I still had higher expectations of them, at least to have a chance to go through. You know, just to be in a position where maybe they take one of these like lower tier teams down, like maybe one of the other Brazilian teams, or maybe I don't know, like a Renegades or something like that. If they match up against one of these like borderline teams, maybe
that's the Astralis.
What, sorry?
They had to play Astralis,
yeah,
right?
that's fair enough. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
they got fucked.
In the end, we saw Astralis isn't maybe that good, so who knows?
Yeah. Well, dead team, of course. Look. I think I'm with you. Like, it's matchup dependent of how well they could have done. And I think that somebody, and this is the thing, this is where you're going to be fantastic because you've conducted all the interviews, right? Somebody was saying that they were expecting, was it
Boomich?
Yeah, was expecting GODSENT to do all right.
Yeah. That was with Lucas, actually. I didn't do that interview, so I don't have it like super in my mind. But yeah, he said something like that, that he expected GODSENT to be in the next stage, or at least to have a chance or something like that. So yeah,
they had some decent performances, but it just obviously not enough, I feel like, and a lack of experience and a lack of just everything to a smaller degree. But just go, what are you laughing about?
Just got the stream open.
He's looking at chat now.
Yeah.
No one.
This is what I do at home, and I pretend like I'm not looking.
People always
Someone
say that I'm
says,
looking.
"Sponge, are you alcoholic?" And then SPUNJ or red-faced drunk, and then don't let another caster be drunk on stream. So just like a combo of comments there just hit me like a wave.
It's actually just because of the lights.
Yeah, that's it, boys. Don't worry. I've traveled today. I'm definitely not going to be. Don't worry. The source. I'm Australian. Right? I'll drink it from a shoe in a minute. I only brought one pair of shoes. I derailed the conversation again.
GODSENT. We finished that.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's more or less.
You want to do Brazilian in a bundle?
Yeah. What else to talk about? No,
Pain and sharks.
I mean, sharks. We had zero expectations for. I think in the first place, I don't think anybody thought they would do any sort of damage.
Almost made it through.
I'm going to be honest with everybody at home. Right, from a casting perspective, I am very thankful that I didn't have to do a sharks game, because having to pronounce the aliases, I don't want to upset the fan bases. So I was like, man, if I have to do a sharks game, like I'm gonna have to look in the mirror. Like, even just because Alex and I do Magisk differently, right? Like I do Magisk, right? Because that's the way the Danes would do it. Alex does Magisk, right? But like, even to do that, I had to sit there and look in the mirror and say like Magisk, like over and over again to make sure I said it the same way as Alex, so we both weren't saying it different every single time we said it.
Weird.
If I had to do those Brazilian names, dude, like of that team, I was like, holy shit, like please. So like them going out, I was like, well, at least I'm not going to make myself look like a dick on camera, right? But yeah, we didn't have any expectations for them. They came the 15th to the 16th position with GODSENT.
TYLOO I want to talk about. I just realized.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That was a big revelation to me. They're definitely.
They said they would try. People just like ignore that one word.
I'm pretty sure there's still Chinese teams from TI stuck in Europe, because someone verify this. I don't fucking know. I read some shit. I listen to some podcasts. I don't know. I'm going to talk out of my ass here as usual. But I'm pretty certain that to go back to China, you need to have a blood test to say that you don't have the vid.
Okay.
So, like, there's a delay on them. So, like, I think for TYLOO to go back, there would probably be a delay on them going back. So, like, them staying is maybe, like, as much as they want to stay, it's probably, like, they're going to have to wait around for a little bit longer. But that team, I predicted them over... Who were they playing? They lost in OT on the third map.
Movistar?
Yes, it was. I predicted TYLOO over because the Counter-Strike I saw, they played like an Inferno game. I thought it's not bad.
Yeah,
it looks like it doesn't look like the gimmicky TYLOO, right?
It's.
I mean, it's
weird,
it was still the same identity in terms of the aggression, but it wasn't like them just like running through, like somebody running through smokes, and that being their whole play style essentially. Like it definitely went. Not me. It definitely had balance to it compared to the TYLOO of previous. But also...
Oh, don't get me to do it, mate. I'm not a German. I'm not a German.
But also, in general, just like... I was super impressed with Danking as well. I thought he did a good job in general. Like, I wasn't sure what to expect from the two new guys, because I barely watched them when they were stuck in China, and just like not, playing against these teams.
You didn't watch Chinese CS?
Exactly. Like I watched maybe like fucking 5 maps of TYLOO throughout the last year and a half or something like that. And it was just basically like those qualifying matches against Vici or some shit where, you just don't really get a good enough impression of the team. So I was definitely positively surprised by how much they showed, how much they were able to be competitive against these teams, even though they've been stuck in a worse position than Renegades.
Almost 2 years.
They've literally been in a position as Renegades, but just worse. They've just literally had zero exposure to any of these top teams.
One thing I will say with this though, and I don't know if you boys remember back in the day, but when TYLOO in 1.6 and say for example Project KR with like Solo and stuff, they were always in that bubble, and they'd come out maybe twice a year. And the cool thing was they would have a strange type of Counter-Strike they would play, and that would catch teams off guard. I don't know if it can be the same anymore, because it's such a broad version of CS that's being played at the moment. I don't think there's no gimmicks anymore, because the game is so well established at this point. Back in the day, those Asian teams were known for force buying like second round like we do now, right? Like, so that's not going to catch anybody off guard. But like,
it might be almost off meta things. The meta that was the meta that was actual like a year ago, just doing like a boost where no one does a boost anymore because people started double nading that, you know?
Yeah.
And if no one double nades that back in Asia, they come here, do that stuff, and people are like, oh, why the fuck are they boosting it? No one does this anymore.
I get that.
So stuff like that. Like I think I saw that at this event, people, not TYLOO, but just in general.
Roy!
The return.
Do you want to come in?
Come sit down.
Either of you? This is all happening. See that he does. We don't need him next week anymore. He's here now.
There we go.
All right. Well, this is what happens when you have a live podcast going on. Yeah, grab a beer. Can you open one for him, please, Bircho? Here we go. Here's the boy. So tell everybody at home how you decided to be a star player by just playing deathmatch.
Is he unmuted? He can talk. Yeah, we can hear you.
Lucas,
I can hear you. I don't know if they can hear you on stream.
He's shaking his head. See, this is the thing. We don't have like a stream deck. Cheers, mate. So the water. So I think that's bad luck in some cultures.
Definitely.
Lucas. He's shaking. Come on now. Is it good?
I don't know if this means that he can talk or not.
Let's talk. Okay. Take it on. We'll just talk, and if there's any issues, we'll just ignore that.
Hopefully it bleeds through our mics. Okay. Roy, thank you for joining us. Hello, nicoodoz as well. Hi. I really liked your all
behind
ping.
The camera.
So I don't know where we would start, but thank you for joining us. Like, I guess we just let's start with that. So you played a lot of deathmatch, huh?
Yeah.
Were you joking? Because we were having some drinks. Were you like pulling my leg when you said that, or like legitimately you just went, yeah, I'm just gonna be like really sick at aiming?
You said the same thing to me.
Okay, so it's not just a joke.
Like in terms of what do you mean? Like
Well, like, so did you see the discourse like on Twitter where Bubsky came out and was like, yeah, during Mad Lions he was always like super sick. Like right now, what you did here against the best teams in the world on land, like let's use all the caveats here. Let's not fuck around. You played like star level Counter-Strike for somebody in Mad Lions who even though if the Peacemaker saying you're playing the same roles, right? But playing to this level now, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, you just feeling it?
I actually don't know. I mean, in Mad Lions, I had a really long period where I had a injury in my wrist, and I was very scared of playing too much. And I've always been a guy who has been playing so much. I just always have above 100 hours. I play 2 hours of DM every single day, like 1 hour, and then 1 hour later in the day. And at some point, I think I got like an injury in my wrist, and I was very, very scared because it was just when I left Copenhagen Flames for Tricked. And it was a really, I was in a really good spot in my career for making it happen, to get play full time and all those kind of things. So I was just very scared, and I couldn't really play as much as I wanted to, and I think that hurt me a lot. And especially in Mad Lions, I mean, I had all the roles that I have now. I've always played almost the same roles. But I mean, I'm a very aggressive player, and if my aim is not with me, then I hurt a lot, and I need to find other ways to play the game. And I think after just partly after Mad Lions, I got very good news with my wrist, and I could just I could keep on playing, and it was looking very good. So yeah, I just started grinding again, and instantly it just came to me. And then I think on top of that, I think just playing with HooXi and the way he's playing as well fits me really well, and together with the team, our play style fits me really well as well. So I think it's like a mix of all those things, and just being very happy to play as well, being in the organization, everything around us, the environment. Yeah, I mean, it's very good, So it's just all a mix of all those things. I think that.
You said Tricked Mad Lions, is that the start of your actual full-time playing stuff?
I played a little bit full-time, full minimum full-time. I wouldn't say, I could get any job in Denmark and I would be paid better. But
at that time...
I was living, I was just living off playing Counter-Strike a little bit, in the end of Flames. And then in Tricked, I got a salary that was actually worth someone, telling someone.
Sure. It was no longer
before that, just it's a project, I'm getting there.
It was pretty embarrassing especially when I was my age. I think I was maybe 24, 25 back then, and all my friends were going and graduating and all those kind of things, and I was just like, what do you do? Yeah, I'm playing CS full time, and how much money do you make? Yeah, let's not talk about
that. This is the thing though, right? You being 27 right now, and for you to hear that, it means fuck all, right? But I'm sure to hear that over and over again, it's some kind of disability, right? No, seriously, because that's the way we kind of frame it, right? But to do what you're doing now, and obviously we have like Carrigan and Snappy and Jax, right, as well, and then G2 as a whole are quite an older team, right? You're probably one of the most qualified people to talk about this. Like, in terms of age, do you genuinely think, because Machine, he seems to think that it's just like a priority in life and passion thing, right? Like, it's probably proven that your reflexes start to go down at some point, but if you're able to dedicate the time and keep it as a number one priority, do you think that's all that matters?
Yeah, I think it's very hard to say. I mean, I've been at points where I felt like, you know, I'm starting to, like, even though I believe in myself and I work hard and I believe in my skills, you know, then just all of this, you know, you just see it on everywhere you look. You see, like, okay, like this age, this guy is this age, and he doesn't aim. You know, it's just there's no. I haven't felt like there was a lot of guys like me because I started very late in my career. I think I started playing deciding that I wanted to try and achieve this when I was 23 years old, and that is very uncommon, especially for the roles I play. I think like all the roles I play, like a very aggressive player and some star roles and stuff like that, I feel like that's mostly, you know, young guys, and usually you just, like, people don't look at me and they think like, oh, he's an upcoming new talent, but actually I just started way later than most of the other guys. But I mean, I think sometimes it hurts me in my mind because I think about it and I'm like, you know, it might be too late for me now, or like I tend to get thoughts that I want to give up way more easily because compared to if I was like 18 years old, you know, you can just see you have so much ahead of you. Yeah. Where I'm like, I don't know, I don't have that same like picture in my mind. But I just try to ignore it as much as I can. I feel like when I'm playing, when I have rough periods, I feel like it's definitely harder being my age, especially because I feel like I think in ways that, okay, maybe I should take maybe a step down and play some other roles, and maybe like commit to something else. But I haven't really been that deep down yet, which I'm very happy for. You don't think that now,
though?
No.
Now it's the opposite.
Yeah. So like this event was very, I mean, it definitely gave a clear view of that, what I could actually, or how good I could actually be. Because I definitely had some second thoughts, like even believing in myself if I could make it, you know, on the tier 1 level, because I definitely felt in Mad Lions, whenever we played a lot of good teams, it was kind of like my level was kind of not consistent. And I had for a while, I thought, you know, okay, as soon as I'm playing fine on the tier 3, tier 4 level, but as soon as I come tier 1, it just, you know, I can't follow with the aim and stuff. So, but I mean, this event just proved me wrong myself. So I'm just very, very happy with that, because that definitely gives me, you know, a lot of hunger.
Yeah, you played out of this world. Like, a question I have to ask here is the tweeting like a caveman. What's that about?
Yeah, I mean,
is that your brand now?
Yeah, that was just it was just one point. I just got really, really bored of all the, you know, the classic tweets, and you just like 2-0, GG well played, all those. It was just very boring for me, and I just started to stop tweeting. And I know that tweeting is, you know, it's good for your brand and all those kind of things. And I also think it's nice to, you know, to like, if fans are following you, that they can follow your Twitter and stuff like that. So I was just very bored with all that, and yeah, I just stopped tweeting in general. I didn't like it. I don't like tweeting after the match, like 2-0. I was just so tired of it. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to write something stupid or like trolling or whatever.
Caught on.
And then it just started like small things. And I actually found it kind of funny, and it made me want to tweet more and actually do it, because I thought it was hilarious. All the people, you know, writing, and I also had Striker writing to me after. He wrote to me in a DM that if he asked if I was actually dyslexic. And I was just like, no, bro, I'm just trolling.
Because I'm reading it, right? And I'm reading these tweets after you and I had done that thing with Zyphon where we'd gone over that thing. And I'm like, I just spoke to this guy, and he broke down like a round, and he was very articulate and, you know, very well spoken and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
you know, like, just imagine being in my position, right? Because I was about to interview this guy, and all I saw was these kind of tweets, you know. And so I was just wondering, what the fuck am I getting myself into? You know, who am I going to talk about? Then I do like a 20 fucking minute interview with him, you know. It's just like a big whole thing. I had like completely no issues anymore, anything like that. So I just had to go and ask, because I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh dear.
Yeah. But it's definitely way easier to make those tweets when you're winning.
Yeah, sure.
When you start losing and stuff, especially after this loss we had yesterday, I know I couldn't do that anymore. So of course it was just, you know, then back to real world. And of course.
That like I'm like that game yesterday, right? Like, That one round.
That was intense.
That was, like Ancient was its own beast, but Inferno, the way that's, I'm not trying to get you to like have flashbacks here and PTSD and fucking locking up and
It's
shit,
fine.
but like that game yesterday, like, I think you guys were the better team yesterday. Like, what do you guys feel about that? Like the type of Counter-Strike played, I feel like you guys played better Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like we played better in a lot of aspects, but I think some aspects as well we were kind of falling behind. I mean, I at least could feel it, especially on Inferno, that there were some rounds where we just couldn't. I couldn't keep my cool, and some of the other guys, I think, with the nerves and the stress is just on another level when you're playing for that much. And like Pharaoh, one of us on the team, is like one of our biggest dreams, and we were so close, and I think it just kind of got to us a little bit.
But we're not bullshitting on the cast.
No,
we're not bullshitting when we say how much this means
like,
and
I
shit.
think at least 2 or 3 rounds on Inferno, I was just like, holy fuck, what am I doing? And I could just instantly recognize that, okay, it's like, I can just feel it, I can't think probably, So I think, and especially on Ancient as well, like we had a good start. I think everyone coming into the Ancient, we have a really good feeling. Like Ancient is a really good map for us, and also our anti-strat and stuff, we felt like we had a really good idea of how they want to play. And I think actually, I mean, it just comes down to the anti-egos on the C side.
2 rounds.
We just played very poorly and just very stressed, and it can be very stressed on the B side, and it really was, because they were just spamming the smokes, and we didn't really get a lot of like calm room to work with, so we kind of had to, like, that's where you need to, your experience kicks in, and you're like, okay, now we just need to calm down and focus on what we need to do, like what we talked about. When we do this, we do this, and we just ended up being a full clown fiesta on the B side, with a failed smoke and a very bad miscommunication and all those kind of things, and it just fall apart. And they had some good deagle shots as well. So
fucking Linus.
Yeah.
Fucking Linus.
I mean, to be honest, like we saw more experienced teams and players like miss smokes, Molotovs all event long, and that's where you feel like, okay, this is fucking LAN. This is serious. When you see like Shocks missing smokes, like Apex, like everyone's missing smokes, like even Astralis missing smokes.
Yeah.
Like shit is getting serious. So when the Copenhagen Flames misses 1 smoke, I think that is to be expected. Like if everyone else is doing it, but it feels like shit. Like it almost feels like that NIP feels like the 2015 Cologne with Freiburg on like on cobblestone, just sitting in that stupid corner and just wide peeking, killing the underdogs that they're probably playing better just to advance. It felt like the same shit with LNZ in that like Cubby. I think it was LNZ.
Yeah, it was. It was in both. He fucked you in both of those rounds. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like him as a like I referenced it during that cast, but I don't know how many people remember during the RMR event. They were playing against Skade on Overpass, and they were getting destroyed. And he was the only one doing anything. Surprisingly, for a kid who's very young, in the pressure moments, he seemed to be the player for NIP actually getting that shit done. The 1-on-2 wins with the P250 as well. Like you boys, they're scrambling to get the bomb down and them just getting all those kills and shit. Like that stuff right there. Like, here's the thing. Like people at home, when they see this stuff, when they watch us cast and all this stuff, like some people think we're biased, right? But those people would be the Swedish fans, right? In that game, like, me and my like emotions on this is like, I know what it means to NIP to not make it to the arena. I know what it means for you guys to make this run, right? And it's like my heart's breaking fucking either way. And like these rounds, it's like either thing that's happening, like, oh my God, like this fucking hurts. And you guys, with those 2 rounds, I can't imagine, like the fact that you kept your cool. This is the thing, the story of the event, right, for you boys. Obviously, you were the one leading the charge in terms of namesake, right? Then you got this motherfucker here on the AWP looking as quick as anything, loves an anime profile picture, just shooting everybody. But then you get in that last map of Ancient, you get, well, not even Ancient, let's do the series. You get Yavi who just decides, my AK, every single bullet I shoot is a headshot. Like those nuke rounds, like I see you just look over and smile at him. I read your lips. I think you just said his name because he on nuke, he runs in the top site, CT vent dead. Plopsky dead behind sight. Heaven player dead. He's going for the 4th and then even going for the ace. I'm like, yeah, this kid's fucking feeling it. Then the lower, he's like there in window room. He gets 2 kills. I'm like, oh, fuck. And he jumps and gets an AK. I'm like, this kid is just hitting everything. Like, it started to all come together. HooXi's running around doing his best fucking Hampus, Nafany, art, cosplay, aggressive in-game, leading everyone's face. Zyphon on the retakes coming in, deciding he's going to go from donut all the way T-spawn in 4v4s. And you guys are like 1 round away from losing and you're keeping your cool in retakes. Like, what the fuck is going on? Everybody here, like this is the thing. like heartbreak, of course, but the base for this team right now, like you guys must have sat there, like after you've dealt with the tears, right? You must have sat there and gone, fuck, we're pretty good, aren't we? Like, seriously, because the type of Counter-Strike you played, and even if you're saying, yeah, HooXi, the way that he's calling, sure, he's to the meta right now, he's calling a great game of Counter-Strike, but all of your individuals in that environment played good Counter-Strike. There's not a single, like, weak link.
Yeah, I think, most of our goals that come into most of the games throughout the whole major, actually, and I am for as well. Like, we have Wobber telling us every single game that, he doesn't care about the results. Of course, he can say that, but like, and we all just feel kind of the same way. We just want to play the game, and no matter if we win or lose, we just want to have the feeling that, we did our best and we did everything, because we have a lot of things that we're working on individually and things like we need to improve, because we have a lot of inexperienced guys, and we have talked a lot about a lot of things. And what also scared us as a team was that, okay, when we come in these pressured environments, that can we still do what we talked about? Can we still do the things that we feel like we need on the CT side, whatever, to win the half, And I feel like, especially on Ancient, like there were so many moments that I was just so proud of the guys. I mean, Siphon, he's a guy who's very, very inexperienced, and and him coming to, like, we've talked a lot to him about making decisions for himself in game, and like kind of finding the gaps on the T side when we get kills, and like reading the game, where are the gaps, where can I push and stuff. And him just coming from like being a B player, coming to Donut and pushing A, and coming behind in B and getting 2 flank kills. I mean, those moments were just, it's just gold for us. But I mean, of course, it's just very heartbreaking when it comes down to the last numbers, especially when we pulled back the overtime. I mean, we had a really rough start on the T side, and didn't get the pistol on the CT, and I feel like it kind of hurt us a lot. I don't think if we had had a good T side, I think we would definitely have won that game. But I mean, I think that's why also when we came into overtime, all of us sat with the feeling that we are gonna win this game. And of course, like the marginals in the end wasn't meant to be, and that's how it is. But I think, I mean, in the end of it all, we're just very happy with our performance, and we can also feel it in ourselves, but just like the support from outside and everyone coming. I mean, we were down eating, and Art comes down to us, and and he shows a lot of respect and says like, "Nice try, guys! You played really good." And like from every other pro, a lot of the pro players and like who have been idols for us, they're just coming to us and saying that we're playing really good, and I mean, it just means the world for us. Like all the support, and that definitely helps us in this hard moment.
It wasn't Vega Squadron type of Mac 10 Rash Banana Counter-Strike. It was like big boy Counter-Strike. Now, I have a question. It's an important one. Which logo do you prefer, right? Think about this. Do you prefer the Complexity logo, the EG logo, the Cloud9 logo? Which one do you prefer? It's a big choice.
Yeah, it's a pretty
big choice. Star, there's Clouds.
Yeah. I mean, they're all pretty good, right?
They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
EG, yeah, they returned to the old like thing.
I actually like the CPH Flames logo.
Okay.
All right.
That's a good answer.
All right. Okay.
I like that. I like that.
That's
Get
a
him
good
out of
answer.
here.
No, this is the one thing. Like, and this stayed true when we were talking. Like, I don't know what he said to you in the interview, but maybe like off camp. But when we were talking, you were praising the org, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's quite key, because that's the one thing that Denmark has ahead of everybody else right now, like without a doubt. Like, I don't know what all of your opinions are of Hunden. It doesn't even really matter here. But regardless, you guys have probably the best nurtured, like grassroots scene nurturing players, because
they lost Hunden, they lost Barry in the last like 1 month. So that's a big.
They've got Bird of Sky.
Goat of Sky. Goat of Sky.
Bird from Sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, jokes aside, like Lingby Vikings is like 22nd in the world, not playing any of the top tournaments, just like farming up everyone else that exists that's not playing in the major right now. So props to that.
But I definitely feel like you have a point. I mean, losing Hunden and Barry, I feel like they have been very key moments for a lot of players in the Danish scene. I think if you look at all the, a lot of the good players in Denmark, all of them came through the same people. So I mean, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen now, especially just in terms of the ladder moving up, and just in terms of the teams. Like there's starting to be a lot of holes where there's missing an in-game leader and stuff like that. So. I think in a half a year, 1 year, we have to see some new coming up. I think in terms of being studied in the Danish scene at least.
Okay, cool. Well, one of the things that here's the thing, right? We have run a show that we have to run through. We've already been going for an hour and 7 minutes now.
One topic out of like all of
we'll
those
get
blue
there.
things.
It'll be the longest show we've ever done. It'll be the longest show. Look, I have to be up. I got call time tomorrow of like 9:30, but it's fine. Like sleep is, I won't say bad words.
Overrated.
One question that
SPUNJ never swears.
I never swear.
All moms loves him.
One question that is probably pretty interesting is about Pitta, right? Because obviously he couldn't be with you, behind you, but this is a thing. Like coaching is so.
Maybe we can get this guy in to talk about.
HooXi, you want to come in? All right. Oh, look at Prof. He's giving up his seat. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. Jump on in. All right. Well, HooXi, welcome.
Thank
everybody at home. HooXi, there you go. You guys have met now. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you heard all the praise we were just giving, so we don't need to stroke your ego anymore right now. But in terms of Pitta, which is where I was going, and you obviously would have the closest relationship with him working wise, right? Like, what are we talking here? Because you got a Swede essentially behind you. I know he wasn't, but you know, like what are we talking about here? Because the type of Counter-Strike that you were calling, the type of Counter-Strike you were playing is on point with the current meta, 100%, right? Is he playing a factor in that? Is that just you? Like, what are we talking here? What's his relationship?
I think he has something to say, obviously, but his style is mostly like going for what we want.
Okay.
So it's not to take a lot of credit for it, but I feel like that's mostly me and roeJ going for a playstyle that we enjoy, and then Pitta just buying into it and making it even better.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Striker, get involved in this conversation, mate. You probably got some questions. You're a journalist.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I've asked some of these questions before already when we talked to roeJ, so I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm just like,
oh yeah, do you want a beer?
Listening back to some of the same things.
Okay, you're listening back to the same thing.
Some of the same things that I heard before, but I mean, you guys obviously, I mean, you're gonna come away with this from this tournament with a lot of regrets in terms of like that last match.
Whoa.
Like, there's no.
I did it softly.
No, I mean, there's no denying that there's like that those feelings. Like, there's no way you're gonna get away from those feelings when you lose 1917. Like, it's just impossible.
I can tell you how you do. Right, this is how you do. Right, even if you feel the heartbreak of that loss. Right, let me do my story building.
Go ahead.
Even if you come away with the heartbreak of that loss, you sit back and you reflect on every single thing that you did to get to that point. A team together for 5 months, coming through the open qualifier, coming into the closed qualifier, a team that nobody was talking about, not even discussing. 2 guys, the dregs, right? No offense. The dregs of Mad Lions, the leftovers, nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted them. Yeah. They went from an org that was paying them more back down to the fucking babysitters of the org that are selling players to make some money on the side and nurturing talent. They go down there, they're with a bunch. The guy with an anime profile picture hitting some AWP shots. They got Xiphon, who has a big smile on his face, and Yabi, who hits every AK shot apparently in the world. And then they work on this Counter-Strike style that they love, and then they come on in, and then they just impress the entire world with a legitimate style of Counter-Strike. Like,
But that's essentially what my point was, right? Like, there's no way you're gonna get away from those feelings, but you have to.
I'm away from them. I'm feeling hyped.
Right.
I'm getting signed by like a top org. Like, money's coming my fucking way. Like, the thing is, the one thing, what they shouldn't do is, this is what they shouldn't do with you boys. They should keep you on the salary you're on right now, so you keep working hard, and they should just like give the money to like a bank account that you don't know exists, right? So like you keep fucking, because I don't think it's going to happen, right? Because the hunger, the feeling of wanting to be the best is the thing that drives you guys, right? Like, it's not about the money, right? No. When that changes, right? And you guys are Danes. You don't need to change for you, right? You get to go to school for free. Healthcare's fucking, like, you guys have got it all covered. I know you got to pay 60% fucking tax, but everything else, like, in turn, like you said, you could have had plenty of other jobs the way you could have been earning more money than what you were doing, right? Yeah. So this here is the dream. You guys are getting to do the thing that you love. Like, it's your passion. It's the thing that you fucking enjoy the most, right? So regardless of, oh wait, you were asking a question.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, sometimes I think it comes back to what Device told you and what he told me in that interview, that like after the match, that, you know, like, considering the inexperience you guys have, like, you're just gonna have to go through some of these losses to learn for the next time, you know, and you just to come back.
He did as well, right? With
exactly.
Astralis, they were known for choking and shit, right?
Sure.
And then that's the same thing we did. We choked as well. We had that game where we wanted it to, like, we had a 10-5 lead on our worst map, or at least like one of them, and we could have had it, but we apparently don't know how to play against Antico, so that's unfortunate.
That res, you guys on that hunt you had where they were saving 4 rifles on B. And you smoke coffins from logs, and Yabby enters in, and you get another.
Yeah, we got 2 kills there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That round right there, I tried to hype that up as much as I could for a chase, right? Right? Because in the way I'm breaking down the game, it's a massive deal. You've just forced them from what would have been 4 rifles and a dropped gun, so which would have been a full buy, into 2 save rifles and 3 pistols.
Yeah.
That round right there hurt me more than any other round. It hurt me more than the 2 Linus rounds, right?
Yeah.
Because that one right there, the position you would have been on, a 10-5, maybe even a 12-3.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
That one is just fucking Rez, Rez, did nothing. He did nothing. No, he
trying to show you something that I can't understand because it's in Danish. So
he wants. I know what that says. You know what it says?
It's too far from his mouth. Fair enough.
Rez, who's done nothing that entire game, gets 2 deagle kills in the back and wins the round. And that one right there, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But like you were reading them so well in that game. Like one of the keys in that game, like on the CT side, when it was 7-1 or whatever the score was, like, did you know it was going to be Inferno?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So, well, that was simple, right? But okay, all right.
And also for that game, even though we have played a ton of matches online and they could have watched our Inferno, we actually switched positions with Yabby and Syphon, both on T and CT.
Oh, shit.
So for them, I think it was a big surprise. And then, I don't know if it threw them off, but at least like I felt like it was very readable, especially on our CT side. And then I think we just, as Roy mentioned earlier, I feel like the pressure got a little bit to us. And which it's kind of weird because we are kind of like prex for us is like officials, and officials is like prex in the term of like I think we have less than 30 prec days together because we play so many officials.
Holy shit!
So it kind of felt like we went into prec mode, and when we prec, a thing that I'm getting mad about every single time is that we take stupid decisions. We want to make hero plays alone all the time, and I feel like that was kind of what we started to do, and that was why we lost rounds. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but
yeah, I mean, to give some credit to an IP as well in Inferno, I think they were pretty clear that they wanted to take the fight to you, and they were just trying to push you kind of like from every angle when they got to that CT side, and I could tell that it threw you off a little bit, and you didn't really know what the answer was until kind of like super late, and obviously even then you still had a really good chance to pull it through, right? So
yeah, I also feel like when, at least like from my own experience, when I have a good game and I might yell, then I feel like that makes the whole team better because, you know, like you're just
game,
feeling
right?
it, you're saying like maybe 10% more, you're making better reads, everything. So I feel like Hampus having a really good game was really key for them as well.
Yeah, one of the things on that Inferno game for the T side for you boys was like in the first, 5 or 6 rounds, you guys were either lost a man early or you were bunch you down to half HP because of util or spam through smokes. Like that was like you were already limping like in a lot of those rounds.
And we lost the second round as well. Like we won the pistol, Yappy was insane again. We just thought like I think maybe throughout the first map and the first half, I think Roy said to Yappy like maybe 10 times like you're having the game of your life and it's so fucking nice, you know. And then I don't know, he had that again in the pistol, and then we just I don't know, we had watched a little bit of demo obviously because we knew it was going to be Inferno, and we thought that that Hampus was just running around with a scout on A like he usually do, and then all of a sudden Devices in pit and just one-digging people. So
that's right.
Yeah,
that kind of fucked us as well.
Yeah. I think definitely like in the beginning of the game, the way they were playing Banana really aggressively, I think that caught us a little bit off guard, and it wasn't like weren't really prepared for that in the best way. And I think, you know, as you said, we started the round and we were like, okay, just chill a little bit, you know, just relax, and then suddenly these liners just comes jumping through Banana, and, you know, we get tagged like 2 guys to 10 HP, and 1 guy dies in the first 20 seconds of the round. You're like, okay. No, I think like 2 of the first buy rounds was kind of like that, and it just, I feel like that is some of the worst starts you can get because it kind of gets into your head because you're pretty scared, or you're very slow and you lose a lot of confidence like from the beginning of the half. And when you're playing T side on Inferno, that definitely hurts you a lot because then you start to get easily readable on the CT side, and if they start to save their nades and stuff, then, you know, it's really, really rough. So
have you watched back the game?
No, I'm never going to.
I couldn't do it.
Never going to.
Ever.
The whole best of 3?
The worst part is, okay, so today we go down, we meet with Peter, we go down, we eat at the sports bar down here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's playing
What
in
do you
on the
think?
stream.
Yeah,
right?
what do you think is on the fucking
no.
television?
Oh,
and then I asked them to. I just go to them. I say, "Can you put something else on? What do you want to watch? Anything else? Anything?"
Jesus.
It just started. Like,
It was from the nuke, so it was fine at the start. But
Yeah.
we were sitting there for a long time, so it just kept going into Inferno.
I'm sure you're happy to watch Nuke on repeat. That
And the CG side of Inferno, but then from that,
I think it was like the first 7 rounds. Inferno was we need to get out of here. It's
the first 7 rounds of Inferno were beautiful. I'm
Yes.
sitting there going, NIB, they've got nothing. They got the reads. HooXi's calling a great game. The info plays. Like, I'm like bigging this up, right? Because like, and then, look, oh, fuck.
Yeah. But
He's living through all of that with you guys.
yeah, I don't know. I'm never going to watch that game. I might learn something from it, but in the end, I just feel like I learned enough from just playing it, and I feel like it was mostly like I don't even think we can learn too much from it from like a team perspective, because I feel like the only thing we can take from that is okay, we have to learn to play against NCECO.
Sure.
But I think from
Well,
an
you already
individual,
know that, right? Like, everyone knows.
everybody knows that. Like for every team, I feel like that's the case. But I think it's more of an individual thing. Like I think every individual on the team learned so much about pressure, like how to handle it, what should we do next time, and I think I could even feel that from the IEM fall kind of qualifier thing for this. Then I could feel a huge difference going from the most important game against Fiend that went into a huge overtime drama, and then to this, I felt like we were 10 times more experienced already. So what I'm just looking forward to play again, actually, to see like what are we going to do next time, because I feel like it can only go up.
Okay. Well, Complexity has both the Blast spot and the Pro League spot. EG's the same. So yeah, consider that. Cloud9 have none of them. Just keep that in mind.
You don't think we destroyed EG enough already? Or?
No, well, they're dead. What I'm saying is that one of those orgs, right, would be stupid not to try and like we all like. This depends on how real talk we want to get here, right? Like, obviously, you guys can't say anything. Like, you're not in a position to. If you weren't here, we'd be talking about which org would be best to pick you up, right? Like, Complexity, now they've just benched their entire roster, right? We just saw that with JKS and Esatag, right?
Yeah.
EG, from, what I understand, that team's fucked, right? Cloud9, Jack Etienne making jokes about coming back into Counter-Strike, right? Like, all of these things, like, you boys right now are the hottest prospect. Like, there isn't, like, if you wanted to buy players and try and build a team and you look at, like, all these things that have kind of worked but not really worked, you guys are a full team. You're all the same nationality. You're from a nation that loves Counter-Strike, right? You build all these things. You've got the Cinderella run. You've got all this great stuff around you, right? You think about all this. You build it up into a storyline. As long as, the egos don't get too big and you guys don't, like, start fucking, falling apart internally. In terms of a team, you guys are like, that's it. That's if you're an org right now, if you're watching, these are the boys you pick up, right? Right? But and the thing is, and again, I'll paint this for you. I won't make you say it again. Copenhagen Flames obviously do a lot for you guys, right? The reason you're in the position you're in right now is they nurture, they do the best they can with what they have, but that's what they're there for. They're there to bring you up to this point. And now, you're stars. That's the truth of the matter. This is a major. This isn't like it was just another fucking online tournament. It's not a 9 to 5 or this is a major. Like, this is a big deal. And the thing is, you didn't just have to play, because we have to tell the story. You played all those games from the prac room, right? But then you went into the environment for the legend stage, which is the big boy stage, right? And then you played well. So it's like, there's no conversation anymore. The only thing you don't have is arena experience, which at the moment, if we were to take a bit of inventory on the teams, and nobody has.
So many teams don't have that at this point, just because of how long it's been since we were there. So
it's a non-factor almost to like getting picked up.
But
so like
that's actually also one of the biggest regrets. Like, people can talk about prize money and the playoff spot and like your sticker and whatever. Like, I think the most important thing that we missed out on now is the experience of being in an arena, like in front of however many, like 17,000 people or whatever.
Yeah.
More visitors.
I feel like if we could get that experience, that would be so like valuable for us. I don't even know.
Yeah, I saw you like the tweet that I made a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, the whole like you fucking made a full story.
Well, I'm on a plane, right? And a plane's where you get quite emotional, right? So I'm on the plane and I'm thinking about it. I never had the luxury of playing in like I think I played in a couple of environments where there was like a crowd-ish, right? But never like a Katowice or a Cologne or a Major or any environments like that. And like, I'm an old boy. I'm 32 now. Like, I've been in the arena getting to be an analyst or sometimes a caster in the smaller events, and the feeling is just it's electric, like it's otherworldly, like it's human beings. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing a lot of people don't understand. All of us in the room right here, every single one of these people in the room right now, everybody on this entire floor, everybody here turning out for this is here because we love the same thing. We all love Counter-Strike. Yeah. Like, no matter, like, you might, that's just a stupid example. You might be a Trump fan, right? Like, no, I know you're not. No, but this is my example. Like, and I might love, like, Biden, sure. Right? Like, that's my point. We could be on complete opposites of the world, but we all love Counter-Strike, right? And that's the thing that brings everybody together. And the thing is, like, that's where the love is at of why we want to be in that crowd, right? Why we want to be in that, because that's people who also love the same thing. They know what you're doing, right? They understand on a nuanced level what you're doing, and that's where the love comes from. And that's why, like, being in that environment is so different, because you choose to be there, right? You here are interviewing people because you love the game and you want to know the stories. You guys are playing because you fucking love the game and you know you can be sick cunts at it. You know you can be fucking sick, and you've just proved it to the world. Like, all of this for the same thing, for the love of the game, right? And I understand why that hurts. But the great thing is, when we were at, and I don't know if he remembers, but when the ESL thing went on after IEM Fall, I spoke to Xiphon about this, and I was like, mate, this is like just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Like, this is just the fucking start. Like, you got the taste of it now. Like, you're just there. Like, and you guys have picked the best fucking time. You've picked the best time, because now we're 1.5 years, 2 years through the pandy, right? Yeah. We're coming out. Now what happens?
Yeah, that feels great.
Now you're going to be back, and if you can perform to this level consistently, you will be in the arenas. You know, it won't be the major for the next 6 to 8 months or whatever it is, but you will be in the arenas, and that right there must, like, holy shit! Like, I'm getting excited. Like I don't even know. Like, you get to live that experience a lot now, right? Like, so that's really cool. Okay.
One thing, I mean, you guys are obviously sticking around. You guys still want to go to the arena, or is that gonna hurt too much?
I even have a family here already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
My mom and girlfriend are coming as well, and we're definitely gonna go see the grand final and stuff. So.
Hope they're not watching while I just said the C word. Sorry, everybody. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think when we come in to see the arena, you know, and looking from the other side, of course, it's gonna hurt a little bit because, you know, it could have been you up there, but I think, like, it's just gonna, you know, it's gonna bring up so much excitement. You know, you're gonna just want to work like 3 times as hard as you already have. And yeah, as you said, like the pandemic is just starting, and we're starting to open up a little bit. And I think we're just gonna, you know, it's gonna be so easy to get motivation. That's for sure. Yeah,
for sure.
I also just want to go in there because, as you said, like, I love the game as well, and I've. I don't know how many years it was ago now, but like, I was at the finals at the ESL Odense.
Oh, nice.
Just as a spectator, you know, because I had a friend playing the ANJ when he played for NIG.
Oh, yes, yes.
I think it was so exciting to watch that, and just, like, all the people there was just idols, and I didn't even get to talk to them, but, like, just all the people around, like, I've run into random people, you always have something to talk about, and it's the same thing here now with the pro players. For example, just a guy like Campus, for example, right? He just comes. Yeah, he really is. He just comes to me at IM Falls, starts talking to me, and it's just like the most natural conversation ever. And things like that happens all the time with a lot of players here, and it's just so nice that everybody has something in common. So I think it's just going to be so nice in the arena, even though there will obviously be some regrets sitting at the spectator. But yeah, I feel like it's just going to be so much fun no matter what.
Yeah, I hope so.
You guys are taking it pretty well, I think, after the day that you've had, kind of like the cool down, I guess. How are the other 2 guys going? I saw Yabi downstairs, maybe
Zyphon
like the night
deathmatch
during the night, and
he's actually in an FPL game right now.
Of course he is.
Of course.
Yeah, we had, like, I think yesterday was like, it was really tough right after, and we had, like, a very emotional moment, and I think we had like Wobber, he was doing an interview for TV2, and he was just crying, and I think we were just sitting in a room, and just everyone like sitting with their own thoughts, and people talking a little bit, and we were just, like, very, very sad, and a lot of people were crying, and it was very emotional. And I think that's, like, we spent, like, maybe, I don't know, 3-4 hours, and just, like, super emotional. And then after that, pizza came, we ate some food, and slowly, you know, you start to come back to the real world, and, you know, we just love guys who love playing with each other, and we're very good friends, and, you know, slowly we just start playing ping pong on the table and start laughing, and, you know, and we just have fun with each other. So I mean, of course, it's just very, very sad, and when we went to the rooms, and, like, it was pretty hard to sleep for some of the guys, and then waking up as well, you know, it was a pretty rough morning. But I mean, slowly you just, you know, we are also very proud and very happy. So those kind of emotions are kind of starting to come a bit forward, and so I mean,
I think it's very individual though, because at least like I was surprised of myself because I thought I would be just going down in a hole and I would just sit in my hotel room looking into a wall thinking about all the scenarios again. But I think I also talked to the guys instantly after, and I kind of think that helped me as well, realizing that as everybody is trying to tell us, even though we are really disappointed, that we have a lot to be proud of. And I think that I actually got to that realization pretty fast.
Yeah.
So that at least helped me a bunch, and that's also why we can sit here and kind of, smile about it, even though it is fucking rough. But but I still feel like we, as Roy said earlier, like we had a goal to come here and do the absolute best we could, learn as much as we could from it, and I think we did. We gave it everything. Nobody could sit after that game and say like, obviously we can always sit and say like, I should have hit that shot.
Sure.
But the decisions, how much we communicated, we never gave up. Like even when it looked like really fucking bad on Ancient, for example, we kept saying like, we got this. We just go do our thing, and then it worked out. And with like 2% more experience, we would probably have had it. So
like all the cliches that you talk about, right? Like leaving it all out there, like the sport cliches, right? Like but that kind of stuff there. And I think a big factor of what you're talking about here, and I mentioned like Liquid on the last show we did about how they look like a bunch of kids who didn't get their way type thing when they play.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I'm speculating here, I don't think they're friends in the same way as what you're talking about here with your team, right? And I think that's such like an undervalued thing. It's also very hard to quantify.
Yeah.
Because it does become a business, right? At some point it becomes a job and a lot of money and everything. Yeah, but that right there is what you guys still have right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that's the thing. For the longest period of time you can ride that without it getting tainted, that's a difference maker. Like that right there is an unquantifiable difference maker.
Yeah.
Because like genuinely liking the people next to you and enjoying it and loving it and that kind of shit, until like the money comes in and all those things start to change and people are worried about different things and fucking girls and this and that and like all that stuff. Like that's just real life, right? Like, that's like rock star shit, right?
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. Like I love to hear that is the way that this team is. Like it's great to hear that you guys are friends because like. It's these little things, right? Like it's these little things like that make a big difference, and I'm sure that made a massive difference in how you were able to keep that positive attitude going through. Like, we can win these. Like, I can't believe you guys, and the way you did it too. It's like not like you just locked them out. Like you were retaking sites. You're retaking. Like that round where Plopsky was in cave.
Oh my god, he ran through the smoke. I shit my pants.
I couldn't speak.
Oh my!
I couldn't.
And then
speak.
Yabi also stealed me. I was so mad.
But you got an ace though. You got the eco bash.
Yeah, I thanked him after for running. I was really like, phew, if he didn't do that, then it would have looked really bad for me. But that was a nice confidence boost right there.
Oh dear.
I died to that 3 packs in a row before the official. Yeah, okay. Just with full Glocks because I feel like they can be there so fast. But now I learned, so it's fine.
Okay. Nice.
But I think yeah, you're 100% right in what you're saying, and I think. We obviously had a few people crying a little bit after and thinking like about all the things, but I think it wasn't like only tears because we were disappointed or sad about the loss. At least for roeJ especially, he was mostly crying, I think, and we talked a little bit about it because he was proud and he felt like we deserved better than this. And just in general, like I know we have praised Copenhagen Flames from day one, and we still do, but just the whole feeling, like I know back in Copenhagen, they're sitting in an office, 20 people watching, having a watch party, It's
just a family.
Yeah. I'm not kidding when I'm saying it feels like a family.
Yeah.
Everybody is supporting everyone. Like we're sitting here, we are cheering for the Fortnite guys and for the FIFA guys as well. Like
that's great. Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Like that's the biggest thing about Flames, I think.
All that support coming in all at once. You get back in your room, you're very, very sad, and you just look at your phone and you just see like this walls of text from support from everywhere, like your friends you haven't talked to in years, people you don't even know, and it just all comes in at once. And
the whole Brazilian community.
Oh really?
For Yabi, Yabi's the killer now in Brazil.
Oh okay.
They're making pictures of him. I think the statues will come soon in Sao Paulo as well. Yeah.
All right.
How is he taking things? I know that he was. Yeah, I saw him downstairs in the lobby when you guys were already kind of like, I guess, over the initial shock.
No, but he was
still
a
ghost. man.
Yeah, but he had good stats, so he had a good day. It's fine for him. No, everybody was obviously very disappointed.
nicoodoz, do you want to come join? I'm going to take a piss. Yeah, get on in, man.
Yeah, you be the host now.
Get on in.
Yeah, so now we're getting a shout out for Don Hachi.
Copenhagen Flames podcast. This has turned into.
Yeah, we actually had one at some point, but I think it died. I don't know why.
Yeah, we did actually.
We had a top episode with Glaive, and then it just died out after. Really sad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually he was. But now he's having his own podcast with roeJ, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm away too much.
What's been your perspective of this, Nico? You seem like this fucking cool dude who doesn't really, get affected by anything. So I wonder if you're still in the same kind of spot as these two guys.
I mean, after the game, a few tears fell, and it's been a long time since I've cried, especially in an open space. So I just pulled my jersey up because I knew my mom and family was watching the game, and I didn't want to make them sad. Because at least for me, when I see someone cry, I start crying myself sometimes, especially when it's family. So that was pretty tough, but all the support we've been getting, it's been amazing. So it helped a lot, at least for me.
Yeah, this guy grew some balls throughout IEM fall, for sure. Like, he was a pussy when he played against the Movistar, and then we just told him, what the fuck are you doing, Nico? And then he actually pulled himself together and started doing things. So for this game, he was just full, I'm talking to Device after, which is obviously a huge idol for pretty much every Dane, I think. And he's just saying that Nico just owned me so many times that you guys were playing well. It's just so, is this real, Because, 4 months ago, whatever, when we made the team, it was nobody expected anything close to this, So
it seemed also that you guys just all peaked at the same time, just that you just stepped up to that level. Just when you needed it, okay. I mean, just, from what we've seen so far, I mean, just we have, obviously, we've been praising roeJ from day one and stuff like that. He had an amazing IEM fall, and he had an amazing start here. But then, as you get to crunch time, as you get to, those elimination matches, we had Nico have, the massive overpass game, and then Yabi steps up for that Inferno, fucking insane game that he just pulls out of nowhere. We hadn't seen that from him before, so it's kind of crazy that you guys all had those moments, where you just stepped up and it was in the crucial moments, honestly, that's something special because it takes a certain character, to step up in the biggest moments, and especially when you hadn't been there before, that's crazy. That's been the biggest takeaway for you guys from me. That's impressive, honestly.
That's very unique for me as well, having a team like this where everybody can just step up and pull their weight, besides me. But but I think one day Nico is killing 30 every game, then it's Syphon, then it's roeJ, then it's Yabi, and it's so weird. We're joking around about it as well. Today is your time to have your game of your life,
I think we had some, I don't know, it was maybe I was at IEM fall or something. I was just, me and Nico, we were talking about, some of the teams, and they're what are they thinking when they're facing us? They're probably very, very happy, getting us. And I was like,
sure.
And I just told him, yeah, but dude, look at our lineup. And we just both started laughing. we just imagine our own lineup. If we were someone from the outside, what the fuck is this? Or so I mean, us having that or thinking that, and I would imagine that people think the same. I mean, we don't have any superstar names or anything like that, and not having all those kind of things, and then everyone can step up once in a while, and everyone can take their weight every now and then. I feel like that's I think that's definitely something that we thrive on, and I think that's what makes us great as well, because we're not really dependent on one guy all the time who just has a huge game, and if he doesn't, then everything falls apart. Nico can go kill 30, Yabi can kill 30, Syphon can have a sick game and killing 30, and I think that's very, very important for a team, for consistency in general. And yeah, so it's just funny to think about that. Even ourselves, we just laugh at our own lineup. And
I think one of the things that I've been thinking about is Syphon was on fucking Astralis talent. What is it, 2 months ago or something like I don't know, not 2 months ago, but a few months ago.
Probably 6 months ago, because I played with roeJ, Cajun, and Christo and Syphon in a team just before we made the Flames lineup, just as not a real team, but a team to keep us going, to just have some practice and whatever. So I think it's 6 months ago, but yeah, it's so insane. Well, are you done playing FPL now? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. There's a lot of.
But yeah, it's insane. Like then we go to the opening game and then we play against Astralis and we win 16-6, and it's so it's so weird, you know.
Playing up to the Brazilian fans already, man. It's just like a Brazilian.
Yeah,
the
killers here.
Yeah.
Holy. Oh my god.
All right, then somebody should take control. What do we do here now, Sponge?
We need a new host.
No, we need the killer in here. Why not?
Do you want the host spot? No. Nice.
Back up.
What about haven't Prof been off for too long now?
Yeah, he has. But
he's been cold for so long.
Boys, let me put the headset on. I hate to do this. This is why I'm a bad host. So one of the issues I have is, as much as I genuinely love the fact that we have you here right now, right? We're getting to talk, and we're going to talk Counter-Strike. We haven't said hello yet, but hello. Sick game. I love your role-playing.
Thank you.
What we're going to have to do is...
Yeah, you need to go through all of that shit up there.
I know, right? This is the thing. We just started. We've hit one topic. You see, there's only one thing that's gone. We have to get through the rest of that shit.
That was the biggest topic on the list.
Seriously, that was the challenger stage.
Oh my.
That's the challenger stage. We got to get through the rest of that.
Oh,
and when do you have to cast tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have a rehearsal. I have to be there at 9:25 a.m. And I have to go buy a suit tomorrow.
Oh,
I didn't bring anything to wear.
That'd be a nice day.
So tomorrow's going to be fucked. But here's the thing. This is what I'm thinking of doing. And Lucas, look at me.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the chances? Are you boys are staying for the whole thing?
Sure.
If we can.
Well, no. Hold on. Let me try again. Are you boys staying for the whole event?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So, here's something that I wouldn't mind doing. This is we're flirting with this idea, right? We're going to do one of two things. I'm thinking either after each arena day we put the stream back on, or before each arena day we put the stream back on. But either way, I'll buy the beers. So here's the deal. I gotta get the show moving, right? So we're gonna have to let you go, right?
Sure.
And then I feel like we're doing like a X Factor type thing, and I'm not letting you through the next stage or some shit. But I got to get Prof and Striker back in. We're going to get hooch in to join us with the conversation.
All right.
But what I want to do is, if you boys are interested, and you all go, we're all on Twitter, we're all friends. If you guys want to join, right, I'll work out the details. You guys want to come back, and we can sit here and talk Counter-Strike before or after the day. Once we work out the details for this, I think we can run. Lucas, can we run more of this?
I mean, it depends when they're going home.
Yeah, they're staying for the whole event. They're staying for the whole event.
Listen, Lucas.
See?
Hello?
Thank God. Tell him it in Danish. But yeah, here's the thing, and we're going to leave this on this. And I know I've had a couple beers, but if you guys listen to the cast, you know that I'm a fan. Here's the thing. Everybody out there, EG, Complexity, Cloud9, whoever the fuck you are, these guys right here are the hottest prospect in Counter-Strike right now. Don't worry about the conversation about this guy or that guy or the star from FPL and all that. This is a team. This is a team who have said that they're friends. And that right there shouldn't be the reason to pick them up. There's lots of friends out there, but they're friends who just played at a major to high-level Counter-Strike, high-level CS in the current meta where CS is at right now. roeJ decides at 27 years of age he's going to be one of the best Counter-Strike players in the world. HooXi just calling some fucking mastermind chess piece of a game. nicoodoz as fast as any of the AWPers out there on LAN. How many LANs you played?
Second
LAN. Gabby hitting every bullet, and Xiphon right here, this motherfucker deciding that he's going to retake the B bomb site on Ancient like a little zoomer every single round of play. These guys are here and they're fucking legit. So if anybody, right, and we love you, Copenhagen Flames, send me some merch. We love you. But these guys right now, right, they're the hottest prospect. So if anybody wants to pick them up and you send me an email and you're like, Sponge, we want you to give us advice on your org. Don't worry about the advice. We're doing it live. We're doing it right here, right now. These guys are the best, right? I'm putting them above JKS as much as I'd sell my boy to anybody. So boys, I want to say thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to have to let you go right now, right? You can go back to your rooms. You can play some more FPLs. You can do that shit. But if we're going to do more during the week, the people at home would love to hear more, right? And we'd love to get you back on for more. So if there's anything that you guys want to say to the viewers at home, everybody from HLTV Confirmed, all the men's out there and the womans, if you guys want to say anything, now's your time, and we'll get this thing. We've got to get through all that bullshit up there. So, anything?
Well, thank you so much for the support. It's been great, especially the last couple of days. It means everything to us and for the organization, and we're just so happy for it.
Smiley face.
Smiley face, yeah. Caveman lingo, boom.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's all.
Yeah? Yeah. And what's your favorite anime?
One Piece.
There it is. There it is, guys. All right. Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here this evening.
Thank you for having us.
No worries, boys. That's all right. Thank you. All right. We're going to rejig this setup here, guys. Ugh, getting old. All right. We're going to bring Hooch in. We're going to bring Hooch in. Here we go. All right.
Hello. I spent 30 minutes on the bench, and it's not great.
You and Bubsky have a lot in common, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to message him.
Prof benched himself, just to be clear.
I was self-benched. So what does that mean? Am I like Lollipop 21K?
We didn't decide
I'm Lollipop
to bench
21K,
you.
please.
That's true. He did by choice. All right. Well, that was great. But we have Hooch, so this is like
it's amazing. Like I didn't hear anything you talked about, so I was just talking here with Hooch.
We spoke about a lot of stuff.
I also had a great conversation. So
okay.
I think we all enjoyed ourselves. So that's the most important part.
Okay.
I think his mic should be like a bit more like this. Can we do like a test for him?
First time.
No, it sounds great. How's he sound, Lucas?
Amazing.
Amazing.
I want to say that these guys who are sitting here,
yeah,
amazing job.
Oh,
they were so close.
Yeah. They played some good CS, but well, Jesus, we went from one heartbreak story to another, didn't we?
Not like this.
So, for those people unawares, right, and maybe there's about 4 of you watching who don't know, this is Hooch, an absolute legend of the CIS region, without a doubt. No doubt in my mind. He's been doing this thing for as long as anybody. Right, you got to go back into the history books to see where this guy was fucking getting it done. But the coach of Entropiq.
Okay, give us one example. Then. Give me us one example of Hooch's achievements.
This is like it's like my 4th beer right now. Like,
okay, we know that. I want the one.
Actually 6.
Oh fuck. Okay, I got no excuse.
Also, you can drink from the.
I'm getting thrown under the bus here.
MLG story, you know.
All right.
Gambit, yeah, when you made playoffs.
So and we lost on train. Qualifier to.
Oh shit!
And we lost after 14-1. We lost 15. We didn't play.
I remember that.
Coming to the qualifier, we played Renegades.
Oh, that was me.
And there is Train like screaming, "Yes, it's Train! Let's go!"
We tried to counter strat you.
Lucky.
We tried to counter strat you.
What happened there? You destroyed them? Yeah.
It was so happy.
The problem was.
Coming happy to the veto.
How long were you waiting to just throw this?
No, actually, it was a story like. We were at Epicenter.
That end of my
and
career,
they were like talking about the stories, and there was I'm working for Russian broadcast, and he working for English broadcast, and we have the same stories. Like,
yeah.
I'm the coach this time, and like.
Dude, that one right there. So that was the game where we actually tried to like properly prep, right? Like we actually tried to go, all right, we're going to counter strat. We know that like to go slow here.
This is like 2016, yeah. So
1995.
analysts do not exist. But a level of prep that we have now, heat maps, all of this shit. Like people sometimes do it, sometimes backfire, sometimes some teams just like super base their runs on that. But most of the time it's like you play your own game and that it's not like as it is right now.
So Azza tried to counter strat the way that you guys took Pop Dog, and then you guys didn't take Pop Dog the same way you took Pop Dog in all the demos, and he was like after the first 6 rounds like fuck this, they're not doing it, and that was it. We'd already lost.
I think it's really important. Like it's good to counter strat teams, but it's really important to watch for your game.
Sure.
Because if you come into the game, you want to counter strat, and they play different. You're like, oh no, that's important. Like you need to play.
That happened to us. Yeah.
It happened to me many times.
Okay, so let's bring everybody up to date, right? Let's like this Entropiq run, right? For those people unawares, right? We got Elian decided he wanted to be the absolute beast we knew he could be from the online realms, right? He rocked up in a big way. You've obviously got Lackey in the mix. Those two played together back with like Krisen and Hobbit, right? There's the early Windstrike days, right?
Like with the team, my first team as a coach.
Okay, well, that's good history. And then obviously in this, we had Nickelback in play. And then the last members were Forrester and Crowd, who came from the Dream Eaters / Hard Legion, right, squad. So that's the team, plus you as the coach here, right? We just did Heartbreak. Like, what was the Heartbreak like for your mob, right? How were they after it all came to a close?
I don't know, because it's really hard to explain for them, because I was a player. And I obviously lost a lot of matches, important matches. Hard. I can say many words, but when like I say the most important words in their lives, doesn't matter because they were so close from the playoffs. First day we came here, I say, guys, look at this arena. When I did the interview for HLTV, I said we are looking for the playoffs. I read the comments, everyone's saying like this guy's gonna go 3-0 or 0-3. Sorry,
0-3.
0-3. Okay, But we were so close, but still we need to be proud what we achieved, because no one expected us to play so good. For like it was first international event, for Eren was second international event, and for Nickelback was first major.
Okay.
So this guy are just not known to the scene, but they came here and they showed that we can play some nice CS. And it's really important because it was really hard, really hard year for us. Like we started the year with a team, without team,
That's
without
right, all the organizational bullshit,
we had
right?
like 8 months debt for me. Like they didn't pay money for us. And coming to the, like we say, I say, guys, we are in a shit situation right now, but we play some good CS. We need to stick together. We need to work for each other. And one day we're going to get everything.
And
now
qualified for EPL, and there's you were without an org at that time.
Coming here, it was just not luck, but a lot of things should happen. Like some teams need to lose. We need to qualify, and coming to Starbreakers against Spirit and Nimiga. Gosh, guys, I will tell you, we win this game. The guys coming to TSA, we qualified for Major. I say, yes, let's go Entropiq. And 2 days or 3 days, I was so like emotional.
Oh, you had to watch. You couldn't even be there.
Yes, I'm like a wanker, you know, just watching from the like same shit happening here, you know, on the major. You see it like this. Yes. Or like this.
Oh, dude.
It's really heartbreaking.
Oh.
Seriously, it's so hard, guys. I don't want to coach anymore. I want to be analyst. It's not such an easy job. You just look, this guy played good. This guy is bad.
There's no stress in my
Order me
job.
some food, please.
There's no stress in my job.
This team needs a roster change.
No, but the thing
so
is,
good.
if you never win and you never lose when you're an analyst.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But I choose. This is the path, you know. This is the way. How they say, Mandalorian.
Should I coach then?
Of course, yeah. I think you should be a coach. You would be a really nice coach. You have everything. You understand the game. You have the passion, and you are like have the balls. You know, that's what's important.
Hey, look
I think the players need to feel that. You know,
I miss the SPUNJ reactions, like 2015, 16 reactions.
Yeah, but it was different when we used to react. The thing is, back then,
everything's different now.
Yeah, well, they got to think more now, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with Nickelback. Right, he come from Prosto, right? I'm gonna say it wrong.
Actually, he come from APG.
Okay, well, we're going way back.
No, basically,
Elements
APG,
Pro Gaming.
like we have 4 guys from EPG at Major now.
Yakindar. So that was.
And you're in Strikers org now.
Nickelback.
Nickelback, Alien, hooch.
Alien was there, right? Yeah.
Alien, Homa, our analyst.
Oh,
okay.
I'm missing someone. I don't remember, but 4 guys. Sorry, it's 6 beer. I'm sorry.
Maybe
the bar's
an 8,
closed
who
now.
knows?
So,
Yeah. In Sweden, they close it so early.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Cool country.
Boring.
Yeah. Okay. So, we should talk about the Entropiq run, but we should also, what we're going to do is, maybe we can use you because you would have looked in a lot of what these teams do, right? So
you played a lot of teams and as well a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
And beat a lot of good teams.
Well, we beat 4 top 10 teams.
Yeah.
Well, look, I just did like a sales pitch for the other boys. Like we should play, because the thing is with your team, right? Entropiq, it's the same story as the Copenhagen Flames story in the sense that the type of Counter-Strike you guys played wasn't gimmicky Counter-Strike. Like it wasn't like you were doing stupid stuff. You were playing proper Counter-Strike and you were playing like big boy CS and you were doing well against, like you said, top 10 teams, right?
Yeah.
So for that to happen, right? Is that just what do you put that down to? Do you think it's down to like all of the reps in all the online competitions and all the different? What do you put it down to?
Well, of course, online tournaments is important, and we finished like 3 or 4 times at Snow finals. We lost to MOUZ, FURIA. We beat FURIA, Complexity, and some other teams, Force, for example. And we were always so close to the winning tournaments. Then coming to EPL, we were confident, but against Liquid, for example, we were up 2 times like 12-8, 12-10, but in the end we couldn't close it. And I said, guys, okay, we fucked up everyone. Like, and even me was nervous, you know. The first tournament I came, guys, we need to go like this, and like my manager says, hooch, you're always so calm, so confident. Why are you like this?
What is going
and
on?
I'm saying, like, yeah, actually, why am I? Because it's a new experience for me, obviously. But coming to this LAN, guys, we had a chance, we had a blast, we qualified for it, and now we just need to enjoy the game, and that's it. Because we know the basics, And I say like, look at them. They have 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 dick. That's same. So
we don't know, but like
I don't know. So coming to this tournament, we didn't have any pressure. The first important thing is enjoy the game, and we enjoyed it.
So that's an interesting question, and probably one that the Flames would be experiencing too. Now that you've performed to such a level, do you think there'll be more pressure in the future to perform to that same level?
Yes. I am 100% sure. I need to say to my players that now we need to work much more harder. Now, no
one's gonna underestimate you now.
Never. And if you want to succeed, we need. It's not a fluke that we played like this. Like, you know, some teams had a good run on Major and BO1s, like 3 BO1s, you qualified. We had BO3 against HeroiC. And this game for me is most important. Because coming to this match, we lost our map pick. We had an advantage. And we were afraid. Coming to Nuke, obviously, are not the best map. And they were, for me, HeroiC and NAVI, 2 best Nuke teams in the world.
Okay.
And I analyzing the game and say, guys, we shouldn't play it like a default. We need to be super aggressive. Start the match. First round, we win. Lose eco, lose first round. Next round, I say, guys, what we're doing, let's show some balls to these guys. 6-1, 8-7, coming to T side. We played super aggressive. It was really important. So for me, I appreciate that the guys like felt the atmosphere. They enjoyed the game. And even though we were 2-0, and we couldn't make it, it's heartbreaking. But I'm proud of my boys.
Oh, it should be, right? Like, I think it's the same.
Totally.
The type of, like, for the experience level that we're talking about here are these guys returning to this type of environment, and then you consider where all these parts have come from, right? There's definitely star potential in a lot of them there, but like for it to happen in this environment, it's the biggest event that we've had in 2 years. Like, I feel like people lose that context. Like, 2 years is a really long time.
Can't imagine. For me, it was like a dream, you know? Even though like the last 10 days for me look the same. You wake up, CS and stuff, but it's a celebration.
Yeah.
And we need to benefit, you know. I'm happy that we actually made it. I'm happy that because when we qualified to ESL Pro League, we were so happy. We imagined coming to Malta to play these teams on LAN, and they say, guys, it's cancelled, and we sit in our homes, and it doesn't feel right. But now, I'm so happy.
This is the taste, right?
Yes, because the LAN CS, it's different. Always. It's different pace. So I'm enjoying it.
Okay. All right. So let's maybe we'll start to delve through some of our topics.
Let's try.
Because
he's also a professional analyst on the Russian broadcast, so he can also not just be coach of Entropiq, but he's also like
he can be one of us.
Actually, he said that for 1 hour and 30 minutes we only get through one topic.
One topic.
And it's your fault because you're the host.
Yes, I'm a bad host.
You should work on yourself.
I'm a very bad host.
No salary.
We all made mistakes,
That's true. I'm learning. I am learning here. Now, the producer, he's the one who's meant to tell me what to do, and he
looks very serious right
now.
Nice look. I like it.
Which broadcast do you watch more, the Russian or the English?
Watch.
Broadcast,
Actually, I like to watch both. If my team is playing,
okay.
But whenever I watch broadcasts, I just mute. I
don't blame you. We talk a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, but it's hard because you're Rossi, like talk so fast. I don't understand it.
Okay,
I'm just joking.
All right. So we didn't even finish covering off on the challenger stage, but
not really. We didn't have that much to talk.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Let's move to the legend stage.
Let's move to legends, and we can talk. Because we talked about every team that kind of like got eliminated, so we can just move on towards.
Let me quickly summarize some of these. So we did Spirit, we did Big, we did Pain, Sharks, and GODSENT all in kind of one little barrel. We touched on TYLOO. Quick one with the Renegades. They looked all right.
The boys.
I think there's room.
I think
there's room for them, right? I think there's room. And then
Movistar, I think, is a big heartbreak for them as well because they were so close as well.
Actually,
what was the last game that they?
HeroiC.
I was too.
HeroiC. They lost to us.
Was the first one? Okay.
And then they lost to HeroiC.
Yeah,
fair enough.
But the thing is with this team, I think like some pious for them in the lead up was pretty good, but here, like for him, it's a
he underperformed on this tournament.
They're also they're super unexperienced. Like Sunpius isn't even experienced in Movistar, right? He's been in Movistar for like a month.
And our team is unexperienced also in this match against Movistar. We're 2-1. it was 1-1. It was super nervous. Like coming to the room, because for our team it's really hard. The thing is, like when we come into the match as the favorites, they feel the pressure. When they're underdogs, they're easy. We're coming to match against Liquid, okay. Coming to match against Gambit, okay. Coming to match against Movistar, because obviously we're like
favorites in
in this matchup. We were super nervous, but in and they were super nervous. I felt it, and even in the veto, I thought we were gonna play Ancient, but their coach decided to play Mirage.
They had weird vetoes the whole event.
And obviously, I made the mistakes also on this.
Everyone is pretty, but did you read? Probably didn't read, but there's a 10,000 word article about Movistar on our website.
Oh, that's right.
Because our Spanish journalist,
I started reading it.
He embedded himself
so long, you know.
in the it takes you like 20-30 minutes to read, but it's really good. He embedded himself. He was at the boot camp, so you get like first-hand experience from them. But the super interesting detail is that SPUNJ like started playing CS super randomly. He went to play a Hearthstone tournament.
Like you remember that video with the key for Hearthstone?
At the Lion Cafe, and these guys like, you play some CS? He's like, I play CS. Oh, we have like a LAN Cafe team. Do you want to join?
Why not?
And that's it.
Actually, I respect these guys. 3 guys coming from team.
Imagine losing to a Hearthstone player.
Why not? Why not?
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Why not? Because this team, the 3 players coming from Iberian family. So the coach of this team is Kyrie.
Yeah,
he's my all-time friend, and I always said like we had this pretty the same story. Even we have the when we went out from Windstrike, we had an EPG family, and they lose the organization. They call it Iberian family.
Yeah.
And these guys are obviously really good, and on EMF4 they played so good. And SPUNJ was so good.
He was good. Yeah.
And this event, you know, it's really hard, and I don't have to blame the players, you know, because you can obviously have a bad tournament. It happens, but some guys on your team need to step up.
Yeah.
And I respect Movistar Riders.
Yeah.
Vamos.
I got a
España.
question. Did you end up buying a laptop?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This was the one I was telling you I had.
Yeah, actually, my analyst was using it all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just like a manager, you know, like Alex Ferguson. Guys, practice, analyze. I
Throw
drink beer.
your boot at Elian's face.
People might be a bit confused. Hooch asked me what laptop for travel because I travel a lot, and I said
they might be confused. Like,
actually,
who is Alex Ferguson? Like,
yeah. Well,
actually, it costs like almost $3,000, and still I have
this one here.
Huge FPS drops.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, look.
Why? Actually, buy a cheaper one, guys.
I got this for free. Let's move on.
You're a popular person. I don't have something for free. I need to earn it, you know.
Okay, so let's tidy up the challenger stage. Copenhagen Flames, FaZe, ENTS, VP, Entropiq, Astralis, MOUZ, and HeroiC all went through right into the next stage of play.
Yep.
We're gonna make it to the second topic.
We did it.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the Legends stage here a little bit now. This one's obviously just come to its close, right? We're about to get into the arena tomorrow. We literally have a 1-day hiatus now. Yeah, look, the tiers. We had Copenhagen Flames, the Entropiq story, and I think they're both of the ones that are the biggest heartbreaks for. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's funny thing. I think that NAVI and Gambit the best teams in the world right now, and their semi-final going to decide who's the best.
Bias.
So coming to the veto, the Gambit coach Groove, he was my first in-game leader in the big team.
Back in
he invited me
when
I was a young comer. Actually, the first LAN I came to, and he was playing for Emacs with Finn, who is the coach of Gambit as well.
The main, yeah.
And I say like, Groove, you're so cool, and he talked to me. I was like 15 years old, kid, like. You know, just coming to my first LAN, and he was my first in-game leader, and he's always smart and stuff, and he's super confident coming to his game. And we had a couple of beers before the tournament, talking about how we're gonna spend time in Budapest coming before. So coming to this match, we go to the veto, and I say like, we have a good overpass, but before we had a lot of problems on this map, and I knew that they are so strong on it against ENTS. But coming to the Vita, you can check it actually on their YouTube channel. I say, minus overpass, let's go Vertigo. Like, Vertigo? What? And he started calling Nafani to ask what side they're going to play. So their manager runs to their room number and says, guys, we play Vertigo. They're like, Vertigo? We play Vertigo? Let's start CT. So coming to this match, we had a good match against Liquid, and these guys are obviously good on this map. And I said to guys, we need to show balls, and let's play Vertigo. And we knew how they play, and they knew how we play. And coming to online matches, we obviously take like 5-6 rounds maximum. So coming to this match,
the last one was pretty.
We took 4 from two maps. But I can't blame my players, you know, because I was the same. I was drinking till the 5 a.m. Not gonna lie. We just qualified for the fucking major, you know.
Yeah,
I just,
fair enough.
Yeah, like guys, we need to fight now. And the Gambit was like, and we like, we qualified for the major, 16-0, 16-4.
I mean, that's the thing.
Okay.
We were talking about this before.
16-0, 16-4.
We were talking about this before, like, you know, the poor casters, you know, they're finally going to get like a Gambit game, Gambit Entropiq, Gambit NAVI, and these players don't give a fuck about it at all.
No, we give a fuck actually, but imagine like for Gambit or NAVI qualifying for the major is just a typical story.
Yeah.
And for these guys, I couldn't blame them.
Yeah.
And this in the morning I say, guys, let's fucking go. 16-0.
A little bit hungover.
We pick Mirage. They pick T. 15-0. Shiro just basically casually getting over us. So coming to this match in BO1, I felt like we can potentially beat them on Vertigo.
And you did?
And we beat them. But the thing is, Hobbit told me much respect, Mitya, you played really good, but don't stop. You shouldn't drop down. But we dropped down.
Well, that's probably. I guess we can start. We'll start there, right? So unfortunately, it was against Vitality, right? Who have made it through, and I think for Vitality, this could be a good point to jump off on here. With the Vitality that you're seeing play, right? And this is for everybody here. What level of this Vitality do you think we're getting right now? Because from a caster perspective, like, and I'm not saying in the Entropiq game, I'm saying in general I did the Astralis versus Vitality game, and I thought both of them looked shit.
Yep.
Right? Like, and I'm not trying to be like a derogatory, like, all they did was play default Counter-Strike, right? Default around the map, and then try and capitalize. I'm sitting there going,
capitalize on the mistakes.
There's no executes.
Which both teams did.
Like, the only scenario, I think Vitality beat NAVI. Divo going God mod.
But he can.
Shox doing the best game, one of the best. I respect this guy. And Apex going out. Apps or something,
and
big headshots.
People.
And meanwhile, Simple need to drop the worst map in his entire career. They need to fight in game. Beat need to sleep 2 hours. Electronic not coming up to the match or something like that. I can see that. Maybe I'm just don't understand something in this game, but I don't see a scenario where Vitality beat. I respect French. I have this Puma short. It's French, obviously. Just a respect for the Vitality. And they are,
but they're not in a great spot right now. And the thing is, why they were good in this like last phase of the online era was MOUZ. That was one of the factors. And on LAN, he's not that good.
I picked him in my fantasy team.
Oh, he's the youngest player, so you can understand. Like, he's not very experienced. But he was, aside from ZywOo, he was like the electronic to Simple.
Yes,
he was exactly that player. And without him, it's, you know, just Apex and Shox having to. And I hate being like this, and I was just like, oh, look at the numbers of the players.
No,
but this is the thing. Like, they built their whole last couple of months expecting this kind of a performance, and Apex's striker there when he said like, ZywOo, please do something.
It's time.
Like, good interview, right?
But that's just ZywOo. ZywOo had like few average games, like average for a normal player.
Why you step up in our game?
He stepped up, but still...
Can you step one more game?
Yeah, but
next time. I'm begging you.
What did he get? It was like 27, 24, 23 in kills across just about. Just an average out of the office.
But I feel like Vitality literally had to like turn their whole game around after realizing like, okay, MOUZ not gonna be the player that we had.
And actually, to be honest, they're moment. Like, they didn't change anything. Like, we knew that how they're gonna play, and just we didn't make the right moves.
Yeah.
But NAVI, they have a really nice coach and really nice analyst. And it's like, I'm not saying that my players are bad, but when you have electronic,
It's different,
Perfecto
right?
and MOUZ.
So
Means
what
that-
do you, there's a question here. Which do you think has a better supporting cast?
The better supporting what?
Supporting cast, like who has more support than the team?
Support? Like he getting more support or doing more support?
No, not like getting more support.
But you mean like flashes and shit, or do you mean like just there in terms of being good?
Who's being set up more to be the star of the team, I guess, is the question.
Both.
I think just TYLOO, great player. We had a lot of argue like 2 years ago about TYLOO being best player or Simple. Obviously, he was really good. I think he's super talented. Like, I think they can be at the same level, but Simple, like I don't know, prodigy.
Different breed.
Yeah, just different build. You know? And I think that coming support when you have. I'm not saying that Kyojin and MOUZ, no, but they're not stepping up and coming to the stage and arena. They're gonna have more pressure than in the.
Yeah.
When you have this beat guy who gets his first major, gets 4 maps, and he's the best player on the team. You have Electronic.
Yeah.
Like Electronic play the hardest roles, like on Nuke. Just analyze his demos.
Yeah.
And have Perfecto. I think I want to know, but I don't know the scenario how the NAVI can win. I think only team that beat them is Gambit, and I think that VP is gonna be in the finals.
Okay.
Oh.
No,
I said that we always have a party with my captain, and we play for the how you say that, you know, this Caveman.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't bet for the money, so we always bet for the teams.
Okay.
And I say that you don't understand the Counter-Strike. So
if you lose, you get this.
so we're coming to the match against FaZe against Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
And FaZe win in Inferno. And we come to Ancient where Virtus.pro didn't win a single match. I say, let's bet for the 5 that Virtus.pro going to make it. And the same goes with the Vitality when it was overtimes. And I know that when you have this tournament, if you go for the story of VP, first match against Spain, 14-14, you lose 1-4 against Harddown. Then all like 3 or 4 games, they were down so hard. And when you know the SLAN experience, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm not offending you as not ex-players, but you know what this feels. When you come to the tournament and you...
I'm an ex-player.
Because I remember this story, you know. We came as
Matchmaking.
no-namers to CPL Belgrade 2005, M5 team, the first one. Like, and there was Virtus.pro, there was Adrenaline Jigs with Veslan, like this, all these guys. And we just come in like a bunch of bums, you know. We didn't have an outfit and nothing. So we come into like a lower bracket. We lose to some SSV Leknitz, Austrian team. So we come into this match in the lower bracket, really low stage, and we are losing 12-5 on Inferno. And one of my mates, Bratok, 1-4 with the Glock, no armor. And we came back, won this match on the overtimes. We came out like, guys, we can do it. And after that, match, and we win it. And this LAN feeling, you know, it's really important because you feel the mentality. And I think that VP are the most strong mentality team of this tournament.
This is for sure.
You can argue with me, but
no, we agree.
I don't care. I don't care.
Like the thing is, like, put Navi in those situations. I'm not sure they come back. Like that situation. Like I cursed Brokey and FaZe fans.
Yeah, you did.
On Ancient when Twist and Brokey won that 2v5. Like no fucking way they should be winning that. I'm like, okay, this is it. Like print Brokey stick. And VP just continue playing, and then they win the pistol, then they lose the anti-eco with awful call, in my opinion. Not an expert. Just talk about CS.
You can.
And then they still bounce back. Yeah. And then they just win.
And so many matches in this tournament. And I look at them
against MOUZ as well, the same shit.
In the hardest moments, Kicker stepping up so hard.
Fucking amazing.
It's like that when the pressure's
how
higher.
It's possible.
No.
When the pressure's higher, Kicker plays better.
Kicker against MOUZ,
like
three times just walked up Vertigo. Just walked up Vertigo A side.
That was insane.
Killed 2 guys.
That was insane. After they lost the 2 opening kills, Frozen picks out Crane with the 5-7. Bang,
no,
bang,
you
bang,
shouldn't.
bang.
You shouldn't, Frozen. Frozen. You shouldn't. Like, we all made mistakes. You know, this round when Boomers killed the guy on B and he knows that no one on the left side. We talk about him in the lobby. I say, you know, when on Vertigo, you come into this on B to the left side, and you know that all guys on the right, and you're 5-3 on the winning tournament, winning against VP. Just use your nades. But it's about experience. And there's so much hard moments for VP. They came so hard and so strong mentally. Like, James,
in the
I don't know.
yeah.
His balls like enormous.
Do you know James very well? Do you like talk to him much?
Not really. I first time I saw James, actually it was a Cup of Russia. He was playing for Krasnodar team. It's South Russian team.
Okay.
So some of the guys came to the scene, and I sit behind him, and he was saying to his friend like, watching me, and it was train, I remember actually, and he was behind Green Wagon. And two guys fast rush pop.
Yeah.
Two guys go down on pop, and he's only one staying on A. 5.
Easy as you like.
Let's say like this
It's
guy.
around.
Guy. I know all of the guys from this team. I'm really happy for Fleet, Kenya, and I know his brother. He's a professional football player, and he's a really great guy. We always have nice chat when he was playing for Force, and I always was supporting him. And obviously my boy Yekindar, like I'm so happy. And of course because he even though he said he's not mentally Russian, I feel like he's
one of you.
Yeah, he's one of us, and he's so confident, and I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for these guys, even though we didn't qualify. But I'm happy for all the guys, and for me, like.
But you remember a couple years ago, like 2018, like the CIS region doing well was like, oh yeah, whatever, right? Like other than now,
Draken, what's up?
Yeah, but now it's different. It's like the CIS region, you could argue is like obviously you get less representation, but you're very strong. What are we looking at here? Oh, we got that. It's all right.
No.
So, but you guys are
all good.
You guys are just like as strong, right? So like after this major, we don't know what's going to happen. But like before, it was like Europe, North America, right? Now it's Europe and CIS are the same. Like really, like who? The thing is, if they have 3 teams get through and they only had 5 in total, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like
and
you had 5 in total.
Potentially would have 4.
Yeah, one was very close.
Well, yeah, but no, still, like with the performance you guys put up, like if we were to go down the ranks, like you still made it to that point, right? So like that's wild that we've had CIS perform that well. Like the reason I ask about James, by the way, is because for everybody at home who watches, right, in the English broadcast,
no one knows anything about
James time, right? That's it. That's all they know, right? I was interested if you knew anything like what is.
You know, for me, James is like a poker player and a great poker player.
Okay.
You know, we play by chances.
Yeah, just pure math.
Okay. You know, a lot of people blame, for example, MOUZ Sports because they never went for a retake in a bad situation. Actually, they did against wrong situation, and I think that sometimes you need to risk because you understand the process.
They did win a 3-on-4.
And James, for me, he's a complete player.
Yeah.
What I'm always saying to Alien, I say, bro, you're nuts. I think you are so talented. You are so confident. You're a baller. But if you look at Shiro and James, they're so complete and they play by chances. And all players should play by chances. Should be aggressive in it sometimes, but sometimes you need to be passive. And you need to understand the situation.
But
and
you
need to
have more fun.
Yeah,
He's
but
more clutchy, more flicky, getting us excited.
Yeah. It's not about being like we can say that VP is playing entertaining CS. You can obviously say that.
In the last 10
if
seconds,
you say about entertaining CS is FURIA. It's entertaining, of course, but
crazy.
VP is
Entropiq plays some entertaining CS.
Yeah,
I'd say
you guys are explosive, honestly.
Play pretty entertaining CS.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I see, like
it's for my heart.
If there's one team that's, I know Chopper is inspired, but like absolutely fuck that team. Like
they're dead now.
Like I fuck it.
Spirited dead.
That's a team that you have that has so much potential and just under delivered like 6 months, and that's why I'm upset. I'm not upset like they played bad.
Okay.
But I'm just upset because come on, guys. Like you should do better. You should like beat one top 20 team every month. You should be able to do that, but they're just not able to do that all the time. So I just wanted to say, like, the old spirit of the Vega Squadron lives on more in Entropiq but like a more defined, polished version.
Yeah.
Then in Spirit.
Thank you very much. I think it's really important, and I think that the problem of Spirit, I think they have great players. Really, really, great, really. Like I think Mir.
He's so good.
I think Mir is a complete player. Like
he's really good.
He's like electronic.
Put him in any team, and I think he's best player M4A1S in the world.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
And he's so good, but I think that they have problems with the mentality. We watched their vlogs and stuff, and they were talking about like, if we don't fuck up, we can win the tournament. Guys, if you live in the life, if in Russia we say если бы да КБ, you know. If you always say if, history doesn't remember if.
Yeah.
History remember the.
But that's obvious. Like from their results, they're always there. It's not like they don't show anything. They're always like, oh, they come close, and they're just like, they didn't make it over the line.
But they shouldn't have lost to VP.
I mean,
47 overpass.
They should never have lost that game.
Do you remember where it all started for Spirit? Like they had that early run, they had the one Dream Pack, they had Katowice top 4. Then after that, they had the Blast Showdown. And we're saying like, you guys don't have invites. They need to make this.
Like us.
They need to make this run, and then they play against G2, bad at the time, and are constantly bad. But they're also bad at that time, and they were in that situation. I think it was like new overtime, and they lost. And that's like from that point to today, it's just the same story repeating all the time. They're like, they're there, they're close, but they just can't bring it fine. And I don't know. Some of it can go on the calling, but it's
it's not about calling.
In the mentality of the team.
I think it's a mentality and like coming like in this tournament. Not gonna lie, I felt like some teams are like afraid.
Which ones?
A lot of teams. I felt this LAN tournament. You feel the pressure. They feel the pressure, and they guess you don't feel the pressure. And obviously, the pressure killed us.
Yeah.
Because we're coming 2-0. Like you have one. You need to win one match out of 3, and the pressure killed us. That's it.
Yeah.
But these guys, all the players, I felt it.
Yeah.
In Heroic, everyone felt the pressure.
You could see it in Heroic. I think that's a
because
good
it's really important in this game. You don't need to be afraid to lose. That's important.
Yeah.
It's basic. I know I'm saying obvious things.
But it's good that you say this, right? Because here's the thing, like when we say this on an English broadcast or we say this on our podcast, right? People think they're just fucking talking out of their ass.
Yeah.
But the fact that this transcends right across Counter-Strike, like you would be saying the same thing in the Russian broadcast.
I want to say that like a lot of people are reading comments. They don't understand the thing like how they managed to lose 5v3, how they can lose this game leading 14-7 or something. You don't understand the game. It's like saying how the fuck Milan beat Liverpool. Liverpool beat Milan after 3-0. How Manchester United won against Bavaria after 1-0 at 89 minutes.
Yeah.
These games are so close to each other, and it's about mentality. And coming to the games, doesn't matter how good you are, actually. It's better how you practice.
All of these people are pretty good. Like, they wouldn't be here if they weren't
of
good.
Course.
Exactly.
It's not like you're putting me in the server and Lucas, and they're like, we're playing against NIV. Like, obviously, they would destroy us, but these people they're all fucking good at the game. So
yes, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And all that matters, like, confidence.
Yeah, but I think this whole major was about that. Like who steps up at the right moment, you know? And we've seen that this entire major, who managed to get there and who didn't, and who just faltered at the last moment. And you know, we saw that. I'm sorry, man. I'm
ready.
But like, the thing is, like, Copenhagen Flames are the only team with whom we saw them deliver under the pressure, but still not make it. You know, that was the only time where I saw a team that actually stepped up to the plate when they really needed to, but still didn't make it. I think everybody else just, you know, faltered in one moment or another where they should have made it, but, you know, didn't because they faltered in one specific key round, you know, that happened, you know. So that's something that I think this major has been all about that. Like, sure, major is the biggest thing that we have in Counter-Strike, but this one was the biggest in that aspect. Like, nobody's had that experience for such a long time that it was all about this, like all about which players will have the right mentality, will be able to, you know, withstand that pressure, and who's going to be able to step up at the right time. And like, basically who managed to do that is in the playoffs, and who didn't isn't, you know. So, and like Copenhagen Flames, I think, are the only exception who I think didn't fuck. Sure, like you can
there's
maybe point to
two
one
or three
round.
rounds, yeah.
Sure, but
but against FURIA, we were 16-13 or 16-12. We lost 2 1v4s. and
Right.
full echo.
Yeah.
It feels bad. But
Nightmare
I want
fuel,
to say one
dude.
thing about this. You know, feels really bad because I'm a coach. You know, but 2 years without major, and the boys qualifying for the major not getting stick.
Yeah.
Like imagine alien stickers or Jabinator.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
shame. It's a shame. Valve, step up.
It's one of those like that's a conversation we could definitely like that. Yeah.
It's the communication that kills it because everyone expected it. It happened.
Why? I don't
Every
understand
time.
why.
I
can't give you
mean,
the actual answer. I can't give you a good answer.
You know the answer.
No, I
mean,
don't know the answer. But the
we
thing
can
is,
we can speculate. We have some information that we can use come to why it happened.
But the most important thing, I feel bad for the young players.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course, of course, of
Imagine
course.
you qualified the major. You want. When I qualified for the major, I was 28 or 29, something like that.
Mm.
And I knew that my sticker is going to be.
Still
in
means
game.
the world, right? Yeah.
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 And now for the young guys, like a lot of players, young players.
It's also just like historically, it doesn't make sense now. It's one of those things that you could say, like, he has a sticker.
Yeah.
When you say he has a sticker, this means he played at a major.
Yeah.
Right. And now we have
And
people
they-
that played at a major don't have a sticker.
And they
so
worth it.
Yeah. 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 No, I agree.
in
I
what
agree.
like I
I ho-
understand from one perspective, I can get behind the idea that maybe just have it for top 8 from now on. And it's going to be like more exclusive because we have a lot of teams, have a lot of majors, blah blah. So let's do it that way. But the way, like not saying
It feels
it
like
to
it's
anyone,
a timing thing, doesn't
yeah,
it?
because it's just like it is a timing
For
thing.
me, it
and
feels like just they were late.
they forgot,
with approving the stick.
Yeah.
Like so stupid.
It could be.
There's a lot of questions here. I don't.
It's so bureaucratical.
I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity to talk to them at this event with all the COVID restrictions, right? I like if they're coming or not. That's a whole conversation in itself. But yeah, I think that is a bit of a shame, especially because those young players, right, having themselves immortalized in the game. You said at 28, right? You get the sticker. I think for me it was 2015, right? So
Yeah.
I would have been, Jesus Christ, I'm 32 now. So let's do the math. So I would have been around like 26, 26.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, same thing though, right? Like, and still means the world, right? Because like,
Not about money.
no, it's about
Just getting SPUNJ
yeah,
on the K.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, and like
Yes.
people can have that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so nice.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's okay. Well, let's try and move into something. I guess it's maybe not going to be a lot more positive because we're going to have to go through a couple more negative things here within this stage. The MOUZ Sports one was MOUZ Sports was one of the teams hooch who we had as going to be a disappointment, right? When we did like a list, and we thought that MOUZ Sports, because they have ROPS, they have Frozen, but everybody else, So
No,
we had.
I don't agree with you.
Well, there's
Sorry.
obviously in the context of all the teams.
So we had
Let's imagine we are coming just to major.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
compare MOUZ to other teams. Which teams do we compare MOUZ to?
no, we put
It was everybody.
it
was everybody.
We put MOUZ and Spirit as disappointments, and I think we both thought
And
that
you won. Now
Spirit
I feel like I understand Counter-Strike.
No, that's
No.
not. We had.
Spirit
Follow me on
disappointed.
Twitter, I
Spirit
know things.
disappointed. Spirit disappointed.
MOUZ didn't disappoint.
MOUZ this didn't
No,
disappoint.
no.
No, they played above what we expected. I
Yes.
think we expected this. A good team should be top 16, maybe win a couple of games in top 16, and they did that actually. So
Yes.
they didn't
You want my
disappoint.
opinion? This is it.
Yeah. Give it
If
to
you
us.
if you have
I
to,
think that
we'll.
Dexter is a nice guy. I think that
He is a nice
he's
guy.
the best
Okay.
Australian game leader.
100%.
And he is a really good player for me, game-wise. I think they have a nice team. I think that Acre played like really bad this tournament, and if he played better, they would qualify, in my opinion.
But Acor's been a
I'm
problem.
not hitting on him. I think like in
He's not
Medlines,
hitting
he
on
was
him.
nuts.
Yes.
He was fucking nuts, He was so good. In MOUZ, he didn't step up. Pumas,
He had a great game.
he's so crispy.
Oh. This is Lucas. Use the bloody
I have time
microphone.
to go to toilet.
Use the microphone.
Can we go to?
Play the ads. We'll go to the bathroom.
Do we have like
I
2
want to
minutes?
go to toilet, please.
Yeah. Hooch, go to the bathroom. Run the ad.
The Xtrfy M42 RGB, what a fun mouse with 5 colorways, lightweight frame at just 59 grams with a swappable backplate to suit your grip style, the sensor, the easy core, the smooth skates, and driverless control for RGB and DPI is why you should check out the M42 RGB down below.
Buy and sell your skins now. Easy, fast, and safe. The best skin site. credit card deposits and withdrawals, instant cash out methods. Get the best deals. Quick, simple, reliable. Bitskins.com.
Fist bumps go to the teammates.
I wanna see you falling fast. Win the round. Win the game.
Parimatch, your esports teammate.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We're back. So I was just checking some HLTV confirmed org comments, not confirmed. They think I'm quite drunk.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
No, there's a couple. Like, go to sleep, dude. You're gonna be hungover tomorrow.
You had some sentimental moments, but I think that's more you than the alcohol.
I just love the game.
Exactly.
Should I start crying on command?
I don't think so.
So I think we'll just continue the conversation while we wait for this to come back. We were talking about MOUZ. We can. I think. I think surprisingly.
Close it?
I think surprisingly, like hooch is in the exact same position we were, like with the ACOR situation, right? Like we were. That's the same. I would say same opinion that we have of ACOR anyway. But yeah, they did play better. I think for me, it was a breakout map of Vertigo as that final one for BMAS. Not in the sense that Wen didn't play well before, but in the type of counter. Yeah, come on. The type of Counter-Strike that he played in that game, I think, was really good. Like he was. The type of Counter-Strike he played was really, really good.
Yep.
Like I
like
think,
BMAS.
yeah, he actually had a really good last map there. And for me, he was the standout player for MOUZ Sports in a pressure environment where he was the youngest kid and he shouldn't have performed well. Right, that was the thing for me with that MOUZ team in that map. When it gets to that point where they've turned it around, like they're looking like they could win things, and he's playing some great CS. He's playing above his years. That's the thing I liked about BMAS, right?
Sure.
He was playing above his years. The thing that, like, we had that Jame 1-on-5, right, on Inferno. I know, right? But that right there, they all just run through the smoke.
Don't blame the players. Actually, they did everything right.
Yeah.
He was just so good.
He was too good.
Yeah.
He was too good. Like, and the reason that round, you guys obviously made the clip. It's on not you specifically, but it's on HLTV. And the thing is, I watched it, and it starts with me and Alex going, "Whoa!" Right? It starts there, right?
Yeah.
And then it still gets, because those BMAS first 3 Deagle kills, bang, bang, running through the smoke, bang, and then James just goes fucking nuclear, right? So like, I think MOUZ Sports course corrected because it didn't look good. It didn't look great. They were in the 0-2 column.
Yeah.
They're in the opposite to you guys. And then they came back and they were able to be in a position where maybe, just maybe, they would have made it to the last day of play. But I think there's 2 conversations, and maybe we shouldn't dwell now. Now, fuck it, we won't dwell. Let's leave MOUZ Sports there.
Let's not dwell.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
You know what we should probably.
Maybe we go to reshuffle.
MOUZ. Rops is going to phase. I don't know if that's true. And
Rops.
You don't want him to go to phase?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
But imagine Rops in phase. Yeah.
Honestly, though, Rob's on this tournament.
Okay, all right.
I think I want to say.
Let's not go into it. I have a part in Parimatch. We can talk about. We can talk about players.
I want to say about MOUZ. They're boring CS.
MOUZ play boring CS?
Yeah.
Yeah, they save a lot. They don't take risks. Yeah. They play percentages.
They play so structured.
Yeah.
Sometimes feel they need some call that like just go offensive. They can't.
There's your. That's your.
Yeah, that's him.
Front page of HLTV.
Yeah.
Hi, Sam.
So, you want to do parent match?
I think we should do the pick'ems. Actually, I don't know what will go first. Lucas, can we do the skinionaire and then go into pick'ems, and then through the pick'ems we are going to talk about the playoffs teams.
You hear that?
The good?
I need the link.
Let's do the.
Okay. So right now we're gonna do some sponsored stuff, but we're just gonna be talking, right? So it's just gonna be a bit more structured. So Lucas, send me the.
Have the quiz. We can have hooch do it here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can all chip in. Well, you wrote it. You can't chip in.
I can't chip in.
You two can chip in. You can work as a team. You two are a team. Striker and hooch, the perfect team.
I play for a Czech organization. He's Czech.
It's perfect. It works
exactly.
out.
Teamwork.
That's a bound.
Okay. Lucas, send me it here on Discord. All right.
There was a world where I could have worked with you guys.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I wanted. Nice guy.
All right. Are we ready, Lucas? I'm in the link. All right. Is that 2 minutes or peace? Okay.
For 2 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know this has been a bit of a more interesting show, but it's been great. It's been great to have these guests
I
dropping
can't
by.
wait for Dimitri to like literally kill me because he's having to timestamp like 4 hours.
Oh, he
of,
does
like,
the timestamps.
incoherent...
I thought it was you.
No.
Okay. Thanks, Dimitri. All right, we're going to do the Who Wants to Be a Skinionaire presented to you and brought to you by Bitskins. Now, this is a bit of a quiz we do, Hooch. Now, I don't know if you've watched our show.
I don't know.
Yeah, we talk a lot of shit.
Maybe one time.
Yeah, so we have this quiz. So now this quiz basically is it's 5 questions, and each question that you get correct is a tier of skins. So it starts with 50 cents, and it goes up to $50. So if you get all the questions right, you and Striker as a team, if you get all the questions right, what's going to happen here is a viewer in chat wins a $50 skin. Right, so that's.
So basically, I need to say that if skin is good or not.
No. The questions are going to be about the major.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
But these are real.
These
are real.
No, you don't get any skins. You win for the people at home.
Yeah.
You win for the people at home, right? That's what we're playing for. Our lovely viewers here.
Okay,
Lucas,
viewers.
are we ready? All right. Who wants to be a skinionaire? Major edition. Question number 1.
I hope I didn't fuck something up. I did this while waiting for my.
It's probably going to be
flight.
perfect.
Step up. I'm not ready. First
All
time.
right. Question number 1. Which team played the most maps? It's not framing properly.
Like it's in the legend stage of the PGL Major.
Why is it not framing properly? Oh, I can't see it. Lucas, I can't. Can you read the question? I can't read the question.
I think you haven't did the whole thing. It's just like the last.
You think that's it?
Yeah, in legend stage of the
Which
PGL
team
Major.
played the most maps in the legend stage of the PGL Major? Was it A, Furia, B, Virtus Pro, or C, Vitality? The question again, which team played the most maps in the legend
Vitality.
stage?
I know, it's Vitality.
It's Vitality. They played 11. They played
100%
maximum,
wrong,
so it's
but
Vitality.
Nailed it.
All right, Vitality locked in. And
Easy.
the answer,
It's Vitality.
Lucas is looking at like he's...
Lucas, please.
No, they
Stop
played 11.
hesitating,
They played
please.
11, which is the maximum.
Yeah,
So
go on.
they has to.
Lucas, is it Vitality? Okay, correct. Jesus.
Fucking go.
All right, 1 down. All right, question
Nice one.
number 2. Going to be coming our way thick and fast here, everybody. Question number 2 is, before PGL Stockholm, what was the...
Last major that featured no any teams in the playoffs.
It's definitely cutting off some shit here.
No, it's literally that.
No, but it's like that. There's no last major that featured no any teams in the playoffs,
I know
right?
the answer.
You know what?
Yes, it's PGL Krakow.
That's what I think as well. Yeah.
It's 100%.
Oh, shit, it's because I had it zoomed in.
I'm fucking geek, you know.
I'm a boomer.
go PGL Major Krakow.
PGL Krakow?
Yeah.
Okay, PGL Krakow.
That's what I thought as well, but I wasn't 100%
All right,
sure.
we've locked it in. I want to read it for the viewers at home. Before PGL Stockholm, what was the last major that featured no NA teams in the playoffs? PGL Krakow, E-League Boston, or DreamHack Cluj Poker? And they've gone with PGL Krakow. Lucas? And that's correct. Okay. Now we've solved the issue here. We've solved the issue. I'm a moron. We already knew that. All right. Question number 3.
Breaking news right here.
Yeah, that was the quiz. Is Chad an idiot? Yeah, the answer is yes. All right. Question number 3. We're looking good so far. We're up to the $2.50 skin. About to see if we can get the $7.50 skin. I can see what the issues are now. If this is the way he does it at home, no wonder. All right. With a 62.7% CT win rate, what is the most seed-decided map of the major? Dust 2, locked in. It was between Ancient. Yeah, that's correct. Ancient, Nuke, and Dust 2. This is too easy. All right.
Ancient is T-sided at this major.
Yeah,
it's literally the only T-sided map.
It's not T-sided, but it's
not anymore.
Least C-decided.
Okay, it was T-sided at some point.
It's a great map. It's a great map.
And now it's
I really like the map.
One year made a nice move, actually.
There we go. See, we do like Valve. All right. Question number 4. We're flying through this one. Poof. Okay. Question number 4. There's no question there. It's a blank box.
I think yes.
I just saw the answers and I have no idea what the question could be.
Can you tell me the answers?
It was like
SDY, Cadian, and device.
Ah,
I know the
okay.
answer.
There's it's a quote from an article, from an interview. It says something like, the only teams that we are afraid of, but only for hooch now. The only teams that we are afraid of or something like that are dangerous to us are CIS teams. And it's SDY,
Cadian,
and device.
I don't know, Cadian.
I can't lock it in right now. I have a gray screen. So Lucas is trying to tinker with things right now. So
but I think everyone
you're going to get a bit longer.
Are you quoting that precisely or not? That's my question.
It was something like that.
Okay, because
I didn't like the answer of Cadian when he had the interview and he said that our win was
Still
the momentum.
Blank. You want me to click Cadian?
Because I know what Device said about CIS teams, and it's not. It's kind of like what you said, but I don't know what it is, if it is what you said.
I haven't locked it in yet.
Can you say, Lucas?
Well, I have to.
I'm wrong.
Wait, we haven't locked it in yet. So it's SDY, Cadian, or Device. You want Cadian?
I think it's Cadian or SDY. Please help me.
The thing is, like, Device said something similar, but he said something slightly different. So it's like
it's not Device. It said SDY or Cadian, and I think it's not as. I think it's.
Device said what Device said was that they're struggling, like this tournament, that they're struggling against CIS teams. Not that the only thing that's dangerous to them.
I mean, he literally did the interview with Device, so just give him the point. He just
Device,
wants the point.
all right, locking it in.
The point.
Because but you're fucking Device apparently.
I've locked in Device. Device was correct. So by process of elimination of us not having the question, no, you're right. You get Device. All right, we fucked up there. Definitely. That was our fault. And when I say our fault.
That guy there.
That guy behind the camera's fault.
The skins?
Well, one more, and you get 100% in one more. You might get all 5 right. Right? You're sitting pretty right now. Is question 5 going to work, or are we still fucked?
Oh.
Okay, question 5. Which 2 players have 2 aces at the majors so far across both stages? Frozen and Shocks, Rops and ZywOo, or Acor and Apex?
I actually don't know this.
One time?
Which 2 players?
Yes, no, nicknames.
Frozen and Shocks.
Shocks get ace against us. 100%.
Rops and ZywOo. Acor and Apex.
I mean, all of them got aces against you.
ZywOo got an ace. ZywOo got an ace for sure.
And Shocks against ace against us.
You don't remember the Apex one?
Yes.
That was a Mirage.
This wasn't a tip. I'm just trying to bully you.
I believe in you.
I don't think it's C. I don't think it's Acor and Apex. I think it's A or B. So let's go A.
Locking in Frozen and Shocks here. Now I know Shocks had 2.
Yes, please.
The correct answer. You're right.
Yes, man.
You're right.
5 out of 5.
All 5. So a lucky viewer at home will be winning a $50 skin thanks to Hooch and Striker. And some questions by Prof here that last one. Shocks had one on Inferno and he had one on Overpass versus you guys. Yeah. The Frozen ones. Yeah. They don't really count, right? Yeah.
It counts anyways.
I have a winner.
You have a winner?
Yes.
What's the winner's name, Lucas?
Praxis of Evil.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
One more time.
What's her nickname?
Praxis of Evil.
Praxis of Evil. Congratulations, you've won the skin coming at you from Bitskins here. Okay, well that one's done. Let's do the Paramatch Matchmaker.
Are we gonna do the?
Oh, the pick'ems?
The pick'ems.
You want to do the pick'ems? Let's do the pick'ems. What's the Paramatch Matchmaker one? Just so
It's about like players.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll do the pick'ems. We're gonna do it from my Counter-Strike.
Sure.
Is it still sharing the screen? All right. Make sure you don't show the porn. All right. I'm opening the video game now. It's gonna get a bit noisy.
Directly after the sponsor segment.
Yeah,
just throw it in.
Well, look, we get more views if we talk about porn, right? That's what they want, right?
One thing. Watch porn.
Now that we're talking about Shocks and Overpass, because I just remember like you guys, no, not about porn. You guys,
it was porn on us too.
Yeah, you guys struggled because Shocks kept fucking flanking you on Overpass.
Yeah,
and, like, you finally made that.
It's slow. I say, guys, just check the long, and they say, check it long.
And then you guys finally went A, and it just like made sure that you killed him, and then you went back B.
It was so frustrating because we were so afraid. But we made it. But porn was the dust too.
Are you showing my screen, Mr. Lucas? 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
All right. So we're gonna do the pick'ems here.
Best producer. Best producer. Same
I like this guy.
It's so good.
He's so calm.
Imagine if you were in the team as you have like a call out.
I want Lucas on my team as a psychologist.
You have a strat.
Like Lucas, what are you gonna do?
Your strat is peace.
2 seconds.
Your strat is peace, but it also means like rush B, but also save on A, but also stack C and defuse bomb.
Yeah, actually,
all of it.
It's so funny when they block the. Hugging the players and touching them, but actually, that means B, A.
Lucky like they couldn't see you, I guess. You had to stay out of their line of sight, right?
I was so emotional, yes.
I saw Threat there yesterday. Just
That
trying.
was so fucking.
That was
I feel like I
breaking
like
inside.
the Miser tweet.
Mither,
yeah,
about the farting.
About match with the VP on Vertigo. Couldn't stand it as well. Like if I was a coach of this match.
Are you in game right now?
Yes, go.
Did you leave a game open? It's not Counter-Strike. It says right now. I got you on Steam Friends. It
Yeah,
says
I
playing
like my
other game.
PC. Just let them play.
What are you playing?
Dota.
Okay. Well,
We just
Dota
had a
is
match
good.
with our manager and our analyst and our SMM girl. They played Dota, but they lost. Fucking. I was the coach. I said you should pick Bloodseeker, and Lucky went 0-11.
Okay. All right, Lucas, are we ready? All right, we're ready. So we're gonna do the pick'ems. Have you done your pick'ems?
Nope.
No.
Not
Okay.
interested. But I can tell you the whole situation, and you will say hooch you on the thing.
Well, I know what you're gonna say, but we're gonna do it as a group. So we'll vote as a group, all right?
So we're a
Worst
team.
thing, I feel
We're a
like
team.
I'm really I'm on his.
We're a team now.
I
yeah?
will. Yeah.
So
you
it's
two-
basically
I think
this,
the top-
this pick is our pick.
Well, it's my pick.
Yeah.
So when I
It's
count
mine.
it says we have, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but if we all get it, I'm already at silver, right? I've already done enough, so I'm getting there, right?
Yeah.
I've made the right calls so far, so we're up to. Let me show everybody at home. So let's just go through so people know what I did. Lucas, it is showing, right? Okay, in the challenger stage, I was stupid enough to put Astralis 3-0,
No.
right? But
Sorry.
but I put Shark 03. That was a big tick. I picked my Heroic Phase Spirit, Virtus Pro, Ents.
Sorry, do you hear Entropiq?
No, I didn't.
This guy.
Ents,
Don't
big,
even follow CS
big,
nowadays.
and MOUZ. So I got 3 wrong. I got
do,
Astralis
guys.
3-0 wrong.
Thank you, bro.
I had Spirit wrong, and I had Big wrong. But I got the rest of them right. Okay, that's pretty good. Then we move into the Legends
Mediocre.
stage. I got Navi 3-0, and I had
EG03.
EG03.
He just became of.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't do that with Navi because they're being too safe. A lot of people are like,
No,
oh,
actually, because the thing is, when you go to this becomes thing, you pick on 3-0, you can pick any team because if you know that Navi will qualify 3-0, 3-1, 3-2.
Yeah.
I knew
So
that'd
it's
be
a safe pick.
Simple's
but
not fucking around.
Yeah, but when you
It's
go
either win.
3-0, you can go like aggressive.
They're not going to drop a map.
Yes. No. But 3-0 pick, you can gamble.
Yes.
And on 3-0 pick, you pick EG.
Yeah. Well, yes. And then I had NIP, Vitality, Gambit. I picked FaZe. I picked Liquid.
I picked them as well.
I had G2 and I had Ents. So I got my numbers. I got my 6. Now we're going to go into
So you qualified for the next stage.
They did. Oh, Gomez is talking to me on Steam right
Who?
now. Gomez, the manager of
Gomez. Yeah, I know. Renegades.
yeah.
Renegades.
He just said hi.
Actually, we had a nice time after the tournament with the Aussies, with the boys.
Oh, here?
Yeah, with Ince, Alistair, all the
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
all the
Nice.
guys.
They're still here.
And you know that I think that like there is something. It sounds maybe a little bit wild. I think we have a lot of common with the Brazilian guys and with the bosses. Like
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but since I met Ferg, 2005 in Moscow. Ferg.
Yes.
In 2005 in Moscow.
Yes.
And we have this bond, and I feel like Aussies like. I feel them. I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
Ferg's a great guy. He's
No,
from,
Renegades. Let's fucking go with the boys.
Ferg's from the same place, like Australia. You know,
Perth.
I know Russia. Yes. Same place as me.
I know
Yeah.
geography.
Hey, Hooch knows this shit.
Let's
All right.
A lot of my friends moved to Australia, actually.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay. Let's
Maybe one day. So I can see the kangaroos and play with the dingoes and koalas.
and the yeah.
Can you go to, oh,
The koalas have chlamydia though, so you don't want that.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Okay. So we're gonna do the pick'ems. Now the matches for everybody playing at home who may be unawares is all of you little fucking squids out there adding me to Steam friends. We got Navi Vitality, Gambit Furia, G2 NIP, and Heroic VP. So
Easiest became of.
Yeah, let's start from the
let's
top.
start at the top. Okay. Is there anybody here who thinks Vitality are gonna beat Navi?
No.
No.
Okay, so this is an easy one. We're going to put Navi in. Now, we say no, and you mentioned it before, like Zaru's going to have to go beast mode, Shock's going to have to... There is
so
a
many
universe.
things you
Yeah, there's a
should go. Like,
chance.
I have like 85.
I think that's reasonable.
Look, if you consider like last time when they played the EPL best of 5, right? Like that was not the bit that we see now. That was not the symbol that we normally
Very
see,
good points.
and that was the godlike fucking Zaru that's pulled them through to the fifth
one
map.
thing-
So like that all went right for Vitality in that series, and they still lost. So I think that's all you should know for this one. And I think Navi are only better now. So
Okay. So we're all happy with Navi?
Plug it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Gambit versus Furia. Now, I know what you're going to say. Striker, what do you think? though?
Gambit.
But you're not even gonna flirt with the idea that
I
Furia.
don't.
I will explain. Listen, FURIA has nice style.
Nice.
But Gambit, nice style.
Yeah.
I like this style.
Yeah.
I think it's open Counter-Strike with it. Like
Open Counter-Strike. That's a good term. I like that.
Yeah, but Gambit is ready for that.
Okay.
And you can joke with Shiro.
Okay.
You can, playing against Entropiq. We beat them at EPL with the coach. Lose here like on third map, 16-13. But Shiro.
He doesn't fuck around.
And Abba.
Yeah.
Abba is Hobbit,
Yeah.
You don't joke with these guys.
What would he get? 39 kills on Vertigo. Who was that
against? Casually.
That was
Casually, just like.
Who was that against though?
Virtus Pro.
Virtus Pro.
Oh,
yeah,
shit, that's right.
Against Virtus Pro.
14-11.
39.
Yeah, and they were more clutch than VP. Yeah, okay.
39 on Vertigo against Virtus Pro.
Gambit is really good.
I think the thing here is Furia for me in this tournament have played more reserved than I would normally see. A bit more passive, a bit more slow. Because normally when I'm doing the commentary and I'm like, he's a madman, and this time he was just taking his time, it worked for them.
It's for me really hard to judge because I wanted to analyze their games, but we had 3 Vernos which don't play. So I can say if they play good or not. But I watched Demus and this guy's Rob. Actually.
Yeah, he had some good games.
Actually, I worked as the analyst on academic tournament for Vplay. And he was playing there, and I didn't mention they were so mediocre. Because their academic team, like Australia's team, they play because they are not shit. Because when they play against MOUZ and XT, when they're complete players, HooXi and these guys like Xtrfy, Torzi, go please change Accor for Torzi.
Yeah.
No offense, Accor. Okay, I have nothing against you.
That's
but
the same
Torzi
opinion as we have in English. That's perfect. Yeah.
We've said that. We've been saying that for 2 months, man. Yeah.
I've been waiting for this all my life.
It's worth a trial. Worth a trial, definitely.
Yes. So, I didn't mention that he was so good, but when I watch his demos, so confident, so good. But doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I think we agree. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Gambit is just
okay.
Also, like the Inter's appreciation has just like
it's risen.
gone up.
Well, now there's no Sanji. The applause for the support.
I think like Inter's is objectively much better than Sanji.
Oh, fact.
Yeah,
but I think
he also doesn't sacrifice in that ridiculous level and being
when you play MP9
or
game.
Glocks or shit.
Well, Boomage plays MP9 the whole game.
Yeah, well, MP9 is overpowered. You can watch my last YouTube video on Faceit. I dropped 36 frags. Faceit with MP9 was 10
on
the
YouTube channel.
Yes, you can. No, it's just some.
What do we search to find your YouTube channel?
Hooch, Faceit.
Okay, simple.
Is that your age?
MP9, yeah, soon. MP9 actually is a really good map gun.
Yeah, pound for pound, I say, pound for pound, best gun in the game.
Yeah. And they want to say
Eagle was before the nerf.
And I want to say to the viewers that you should appreciate the support players, and like you don't understand how much they. I compare them to the how to say halfback and. Like Gennady Gattuso or something like that.
I'm bad.
Like the guy who
midfielders.
Yes, these guys, they do a lot of job. They're so important.
Mascherano.
They're so important. They are super important.
Look at Prof here. Thinks he knows football.
Yeah, like I like it.
I watched football like 10 years ago.
Yes, I love the football. And we talk with FURIA. I say that we have something in common. You guys love to party. You like to dance. You like to drink, and we like football.
Yeah.
In Russia, obviously, we are shit. Not gonna lie, they need very bad. But we love football, and I think I compare the Counter-Strike to football all the time because a lot of export players in 1.6 were actually semi-professional
football. Yeah.
And I think this game has a lot in common. Like any team game has a same, like handball or basketball or volleyball. It's the same. It's the same. And they will say like, what he's talking about? You click the mouse and they drop the ball. Shit.
Okay. All right, I like it. So we got Navi and Gambit. Now we got
Easy.
G2 versus NIP. This is going to be a hard one.
Contentious, yeah.
Now, this is a difficult one, right? Because
I want to hear
NIP
some
G2.
Easy.
Think it's easy
Okay, let's just like give us your short take and then we'll like discuss it.
Okay, so I think I respect G2. Really nice Balkan team so far, but I think
hooch is such a nice guy. Such a nice team. I respect him.
Shit sandwiching. He's shit sandwiching all the time.
Yeah, but I think that the NIP gonna beat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why?
Home crowd, Hampus, nuts, device good, Linus bringing it.
Rez.
Yes.
Rez needs to start showing up. That's the big part. Like
I think that the match against Wolves was so was so hard for them mentally, and they showed that they have this power. Because 2-0, 2-2, you are losing first map, then you are Inferno, 10-5, losing pistols, and you come back after that, and then Ancient, so many rounds, the same story like with VP, with the mentality. And I think that you had an easy pass. They beat FaZe, which didn't qualify. They beat us, who didn't qualify. So maybe I'm wrong, but I will bet NIP. Can sue me.
I think maybe one of the things, Prof, and maybe you agree here, is G2 in the last 2 LAN events, and I know it's over the span of over a year.
We're pretty good.
We're in the
I
finals.
just don't like this style.
You don't like this style?
I mean,
I think that they're great players, great team, great organization, cool.
But one of the benefits here for G2 in this is they won't have to worry about Vertigo, which I think helps them a lot, is map pool wise. I think that they're not having to worry about, then you stack the maps up next to each other.
They remove Vertigo, G2 remove Overpass.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good veto for G2.
And show what you pick if you're
well,
G2. You're G2 pick map. Go for it, SPUNJ. You've been preparing this for a long time.
NIP Inferno, probably.
Do you think?
I mean, they've been picking Inferno the whole tournament.
I know they have been, but do you think?
Or Ancient?
Ancient, like is...
No, Ancient, no.
You don't think they pick it?
No.
Because I actually looked at, like...
They haven't been...
You G2, I'm an IP. Let's go.
G2 probably pick Mirage?
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
IP, not Dust2.
Not Dust2.
Not Nuke.
I mean,
not...
Didn't they just pick Overpass into somebody?
Yeah, but they can't now.
Yeah.
In this one, they can't.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Serbians don't play Overpass.
Right.
Inferno. Must be Inferno, yeah. Must be Inferno.
So then third map,
I actually, like,
Ancient.
the NIP Ancient thing, like, they have a 8-1 record, but the last 3 or 4 games that they played, that they won was like 16-14. Yeah, that was IM fall, and now again an overtime.
But all teams play in their default. All teams.
I'm pretty sure that they're not that convinced in their Ancient.
But they haven't picked it in the last few series.
Yeah.
You know, I want to say respect this team because now, whenever I watch demo or something like that, you can see something new in Ancient, and every team playing. We play NIP default.
I like the way that...
Double smoke, double molly.
I like the way that Flames were doing it with their mid control. They weren't throwing out the mid smokes and mollies early. They were making sure they get B lane. I don't know what you call it. I call it B lane. Like,
lane.
So you go through the B doors as a team, and then up the lot, like you go towards middle.
Magisk.
Magisk.
And most of teams call it zig, like a zigzag.
Yeah.
But we call it Magisk.
But like the long bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get control of that. So Copenhagen Flames do, we call it lamp smoke for zigzag.
Yeah.
They get control, then they took middle. That's the way Flames did it.
So I think they're one of the best teams in the world in this.
Copenhagen Flames.
Yes.
Yeah, they showed some good form. Okay, let's do this.
Yes.
Let's have a vote. Who do you think?
We're a team. Don't forget that.
Huh?
We are a team.
Well, yes, yeah, but we're democracy.
Democracy.
Go to somebody else. I'll have to think about it still.
Yeah, he's the decider.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, Prof, you go the first then.
Fuck it, I'll go with NIP after all. Like, I've been disappointed with G2 too much.
Okay. You said NIP?
NIP.
Well,
NIP.
Well, we don't even get a vote. Lucas, we don't even get a vote right now. NIP. All right, this is my pick'ems. I'll ride or die.
What would you? I just wanted to hear your opinion.
I think for the storyline.
The fuck the storyline.
That's the way I live my life now.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, I do it all the time though.
That's the way. But like what I do is like I consider myself like to think about this. I understand like.
I mean, the G2 storyline could also be pretty good. Like, there's the Nico storyline. There's the Nico Hunter storyline.
I have an entire bracket in my head though, right? Like this is the way I see the whole thing. Like we can go back to this in a second, but just hear me out. Navi over Vitality, Simple versus ZywOo, the fucking 2 top dogs in the world going toe-to-toe, locking hordes, and Navi get across the line. The first test for Simple on his path to the major, where Astralis are no longer that fucking big dog team, and now Simple actually has the best team in the world behind him. Up next, Gambit versus FURIA. Gambit get past FURIA. You know, they show their pedigree. They grind out some games. They show why they're such a solid, structured team who plays really good CS with really good individuals. Now, for Navi, looking and staring down the barrel of Gambit. Earlier in the year, Gambit were the best CIS team. Navi have come activated, and this is the test. Now it's going to be Simple versus Shiro, the supporting cast. You can go player for player across the board. Nafni versus Boomich, right? Axel versus Electronic, right? You can do your Hobbit, actually it'd be Electronic versus Hobbit, and then it would be Axel versus Bit, right? Pound for pound, the players, yeah. And Inter's versus Perfecto.
This
right?
is like a Marvel story, you know?
Bang. They
Marvel
like,
against DC.
They like similar maps, right? Nuke's out, very strong map for NAVI. Vertigo's out, very strong map for Gambit. Gone. Now middle of the ground map pool for both teams, going fucking locking horns, bang. The
Gambit should go for Inferno.
Yep, okay. Well, yeah, we get that. But then...
Imagine Simple need to beat Zaivu, need to beat Shiro, and then need to beat James.
Yeah, well, okay. I know you're on the CIS high here, right? This is where I was going with this, right?
No, I'm not the glory. just saying facts.
Simple gets
nothing more.
They get past that, right? They get past that. They get themselves into the semi-final. On the other side of the bracket, NIP versus G2. It's a big game. The home crowd are there, right?
So
but
fucking
Nico,
hard.
This is what happens. Nico shows up. He's like, I'm a fucking star. I've been showing it. I'm carrying the boys right here. Hunter chimes in. He's the second star of the team, right? We're actually getting the G2 that we know and love, and they get past into the villains in front of the home crowd, and G2 get through. Right on the other side, HeroiC versus VP. It's the longest game in Counter-Strike history. It goes for 8 hours. It goes for 8 hours worth of Counter-Strike. Every map, 6 overtimes. It just keeps going, right?
Kaden crying in the end.
Yeah, but
Dave just casually going out.
I mean, Kaden is crying after that game, no matter
if they win or lose.
But here, because of, unfortunately, sorry CIS, but HeroiC in the online era were one of the best teams in the world.
Thanks, Hanan.
I mean, he's a great coach. Great coach.
Too early. Sorry.
But they get.
I'm joking. I'm saying.
Right?
I want to say. For me, HeroiC.
Yeah.
One of the best teams in the world, game-wise, tactical-wise.
Yeah.
I know that the things that Hanan told to the Australians was not about their tactics. Like we go 3A or 3B. There it was mid calls. And I love the mid calls. On overpass, I know that when they go out monster, they push to right. We call this position wild. And I know that mid calls.
Okay.
And they're so amazing on this. And I admire their teamwork and team effort. And I like HeroiC.
Okay.
That's what I say.
The fakey boys.
Yeah, I call them the fakey boys with machine when we cast.
But
they still lose to VP.
Okay, well, all right.
But dude, I've been thinking about this G2 and IP one for so long.
Do you want to go back?
No, kind of.
Just leave it up to Lucas.
Well, I still have to vote.
That's what I'm saying. Like okay, this is the argument for G2, right? This is the argument against an IP.
We're going back.
This is the argument against an IP, rather.
Rez hasn't performed.
Rez hasn't performed. That's one thing, and I think they're much more prone to falter under that pressure.
To be honest,
I think Plopsky is definitely very prone to pressure. I think he's shown that this last series 100%. I was watching him during that series, and I can tell that he's very shaky under pressure, like very shaky. LNZ has impressed me in that aspect. I think he's been kind of like the guy who's actually kind of been trying to, even emotionally, like when I was watching him, when they were like, they're getting them like kind of like on the right path, and just like getting them calm and make sure that they don't go. So what? Sorry.
And he's so young.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very very impressed with this quality from LNZ. But like in general, I don't think G2 falter under that pressure. I think they are much more stable in like across the board. As much as I fucking hate to say that again about G2 because of how fucking inconsistent they are. But I think in this they are on the same. They could be on the same level no matter what happens. No matter what they're up against. While NIP, I think they have like a couple of players that I'm not sure if they're gonna deliver.
You didn't even talk about Device.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because NIP will win or lose because of the Device, and I don't mean in the sense that he will not perform. Either he performs to like Device level, or he performs to Deva level.
Yeah.
And if he's Deva level, they win. They win. If he's Device level, they don't win because there's not enough people to complement him. Whereas I think Nico has actually, I don't know, both these teams have weaknesses.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of weaknesses.
One thing. Coming to the playoffs and playing in front of your crowd.
Do you think it helps them or hurts them?
Imagine how many storylines you have when team come to small country.
Yeah.
And they have the audience. And
but they boo the goalkeeper.
And same, it can go as vice versa because there's too much pressure.
Yeah.
But I feel like they had a really strong tournament mentality-wise. They were 2-0. They lost 2 games without chance. And they come into the last match. They were down 2 times. Really strong situations for them. And they came back. I think that want to use
We didn't think about one thing. It's the jerseys. If they bring on the cursed jerseys.
Now,
am I allowed to say that?
Well, you're allowed to say that. The thing is,
we have really nice jerseys.
HLTV
Entropiq
confirmed. HLTV confirmed. Our relationship with NIP and the management, right? The team, we love the team. We love the team.
Yes.
The management
Deteriorated.
We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. They like to call us out on social media over things, to get some subtweets
I don't care.
in. I don't like the jersey really either, but
I don't think they like the. I think they realize they don't like the jersey.
that's why they went back to the original.
Like
jersey.
like they have a choice.
Well, I guess they did.
I don't want to wear it.
I'll go there naked.
Yeah.
They can actually be
Are
disqualified.
you changing your mind or not?
It's such a fucking
You
toss up, man.
you got to make the choice here because here's what
Okay,
happened.
G2.
Okay, I'll go G2. Lucas, you get the final say. G2 or NIP?
Yes, Lucas, you decide.
All right,
Fair
fine,
enough.
it stays.
It
That's fine. We
stays.
can't argue with
That's
that. All right,
fine.
Heroic or Virtus Pro? Now, we know what you're saying, but I know you're a massive VP fan down the end of the line here.
We're here
From the beginning.
We're in the same boat here.
A VP as well?
I'm actually.
That's again gonna be for the Lucas, I guess.
No, it's not.
I think
actually
Heroic
think
is great. I think Heroic is a fucking
But the
amazing
map pool
team.
isn't good for them.
Not even.
Let's go for the veto.
Okay. You do it.
I'm Virtus Pro.
No Dust 2. Heroic ban Dust 2.
Minus nuke.
Yep. And now Heroic are fucked.
Big Ancient. Big Ancient 100%.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
okay.
I can bet
has to
my. I know, not for the show.
Right
anything.
testicle.
Yeah.
Right
Okay,
testicle.
yeah,
What
yeah,
are they gonna
Ancient.
pick Ancient?
Ancient, yeah, okay.
I pick Vertigo, Inferno, anything.
Maybe they're not as fucked as I thought. Inferno, I reckon.
Inferno or Vertigo.
Yeah. And then last map, probably Overpass.
Yes, and they're ready.
Yeah.
I think that.
I mean, it's so stupid because in theory, like Flit literally 10
Just
days
the other
ago.
day. They shouldn't even be here.
Actually, I don't like the thing. Some of analysts from Russia said that they're playing like a mix. I don't agree with that.
I don't
If
think
you have
so.
the 4 players and 1 player join, you are not a mix. And you have a player like a Fleet coming to the team, you can't call this a mix.
I mean, just look at how they're playing. That's not how a mix plays.
No.
No, it's not
I've
mix
watched
style.
a lot of like Croatian mixes playing at LAN tournaments. That's nothing like that. A mix does not play like that.
Actually,
they
is
play
there
like Virtus Pro.
any Croatian prodigy coming soon?
I mean, there's one guy playing in
Depression.
FPL.
One guy.
Depression. Yeah.
Depression.
Yeah. I mean, he's technically
name.
he's technically
Good name.
Bosnian.
Dead inside.
a good name.
Technically
Depression, dead
Bosnian.
inside.
Sometimes.
We'll
Anime
see.
boys,
But
recently.
there's not much, but there are some teams. There's people trying something. There's the
We will
old.
cheer for it because I think, well, I compare the CS2 football ratio always.
No,
has-
no Luka
always
Modric.
delivers. That was
That's
Shocker.
Luka Perks in League of Legends.
Here's a factor we haven't discussed. VP, some people think they play boring Counter-Strike. I think I've said that before. Heroic are going to be the villains. They might get booed.
That's what
They
I
might
want
get-
to see
Do
actually.
you think they'll get booed
Yeah,
by the crowd?
to some
Good?
level.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the cheating accusations and Hunden and stuff like
You
that.
think?
All that, yeah, 100%.
I don't
Some of
think-
them will.
I don't follow the the people,
The players.
the viewers.
The viewers.
You
I
can
think
call
I think
them
I think
plebs,
it's not
fine.
about like this. What do you think about this interview? Do you believe them?
Which one? Oh, the
Ah,
one
man,
that,
we
where they
talked-
presented.
Crying.
The cry
Cadian
with
came
with,
on the
with
show.
tears.
Cadian came on the show.
Yeah. Do,
Yeah.
do you believe in this?
It's a big question.
I mean,
I think
It's
it's
certainly-
really important question.
certainly
So I
believe
think all
some
the
of it.
players knew.
Okay. So, you know, like I
This
know.
is bold words considering who you signed to your team.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, no, I know.
Very bold.
I know.
So do you think
what
that
I
they
say,
knew as
I
well?
want to say that
Well,
thing.
Colin,
I
he's
want
had
to say
fucking
that
7
all
beers
players
now.
knew it.
Crowd and Forrester.
All players who played with this coach.
I don't know, man.
I don't believe it.
I don't think all of them did, but I think a lot of them could have.
I don't know, man. Like, okay, let's start.
I
This
can't
is
say
like
for
a
them. I can't
fucking-
say that.
This is like a
Actually,
4-hour
actually, we
conversation.
have a joke about this in team, about this situation. Huh?
Oh, he's talking to me. We're all good. Keep going. Talk about the
We
joke.
talk about this situation. We never go deep inside of this, but I think really complicated. And you can say that like, players knew or not, it doesn't matter. But I think that the storyline, the heroic guys,
Yeah.
like I felt I believe them
Mhm.
because you can fake this.
The emotion?
Yeah.
I don't know. Seen
You
some
can?
psychopaths out there.
I think the emotion was about
I've
not.
had some crazy girlfriends.
Oh, girls always cry.
Yeah, well, see, there you go.
I think the emotion was not necessarily about the situation. So I think the emotion was real in the sense that I 100% believe that they
I think
felt
like
this.
I opened something really hard. But
Yeah, I
no.
mean, I believe that they felt really badly about like certain things happening and stuff like that, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't know, right?
You know why
Like,
I
it's
opened
just-
this talk?
that's the-
Because I have to deal with it because I never did something wrong.
Mm.
And now I'm getting the pressure from the guys that did mistakes, and I'm getting like, because I didn't
Yeah,
do
I mean,
anything.
from Valve and from everyone. Yeah.
But
And they
coach-
judge me like
every
I
coach
did
is-
something.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though, because unfortunately, this is the way the world is, though, right? Like, you don't represent the people who did something wrong. Unfortunately, though, you have to suffer because they did.
But why you have to answer for them?
But that's not. But that's the world.
That's life.
No, I know.
Yeah, it
and-
sucks,
but that's the thing.
that is how it
Like
goes.
we're old enough to understand that life is bullshit.
Totally.
Yeah. So these unfair circumstances that happen, no matter what is true and what is not true, this is the ruling. This is the end of the line, and it's about accepting that, right?
Okay, so let's get back to it.
Yeah,
Okay,
go.
Life is hard, obviously.
Life
go
is
more.
shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
You live, you die.
Sometime.
So actually, with the veto we just did,
Some
Yeah.
die young.
I think,
Some die young.
yeah, there you go. Again,
Yeah.
I think that with the veto we just did, the map that Heroic have to win in that series is Ancient. If they don't win Ancient, it doesn't go 3. But then the question is, if Heroic get booed, right? This is where we got here. If Heroic
What we started.
if they get booed, I think they crumble. I
Yep.
don't think they're strong enough. Now, here's the thing. I know the desk criticized them celebrating after that win, right? My context on that is similar in the sense that I think they should be happy that they won. When they win that game, though, they were expected to win that game. My problem when I saw them celebrate like that, and this is where I have to explain two sides of this coin, is
I agree.
when I see them celebrate like that, I no longer think they can win the tournament.
Yeah.
But when they celebrate like that, I don't understand the position they were in. And let's assume that they were innocent and they did nothing wrong. I couldn't imagine what it would feel like to be thought you was guilty of, in our equivalent of murder. What, right? The worst thing you can do in Counter-Strike is cheat. So basically, the worst thing you can do as a human being is murder someone else, right?
Yeah.
Right? So they basically were accused of murder in Counter-Strike, and then to get through, the emotions of that represents more than that map, more than that game. It represents their life for the last year.
Yeah.
So then when I think about it from that context, I understand. But when I think about it from them winning the tournament, I have a hard time seeing that level of emotion being carried on through for them to win. Now, I don't know. I'm split between both. But I think because of the mentality that VP have shown,
Yeah.
I would side with you. I think VP win.
I'm also on that storyline. I honestly think same thing that I was talking with NIP and the pressure. I think VP have none of that. Like I think VP are just like don't give a shit about the pressure. I think they're going to use it if anything.
I think they're stone cold coming to the matches.
That's exactly how I feel, and I think Heroic are
okay.
I think Heroic are going to be exactly the opposite. I think they're going to be much more prone to the pressure, much more. And even like watching some of the players, same thing with NIP I saw in Heroic. Like some of their players are just very prone to pressure.
Guys, imagine we're talking about analyzing about the match, and we talk about the factor of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so used to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's been a while, you know?
But it is such a big storyline, this major, man, because it's been so long and nobody's really been in this position, you know?
All right, boys.
I just feel, you know, so weird.
Here's the thing.
That.
Lucas, what's the time?
1:10.
10 past 1.
All right, I got to be up in like 8 hours from now to go to rehearsals. Here's what we're going to do.
10 past 1.
Yeah. Here's the deal. This is what we're going to do. We're going to power through this. We're going to finish the pick'em. We're going to do power match matchmaker, and we're going to finish because I want to go sleep.
Yeah, me too. I'm tired. I wake up every day at 7 a.m.
Well,
every day.
I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, or today.
Because I don't have money to have a good deal dish in Sweden, obviously.
Okay.
Everyday potatoes. Let's
NAVI or Gambit?
NAVI.
Actually, this match can go really hard. But I believe in NAVI.
Yeah.
But I cheer for all the teams. Obviously, I'm Russian. But I think that like my mind says NAVI. But something deep inside, like my intuition, you know,
it says Gambit.
Yeah, I can't because you know, come to this tournament. Obviously, like NAVI is like juggernaut. They're obviously the favorites, but sometimes it's bad for it.
It is, but this is the difference.
They're the difference, and you know, the Gambit they lost match to us. It was obviously like not a great match against lower team, but they have a really strong mentality and they know how to play against NAVI. And you know, on this tournament, Shiro.
But Bit
is also. But let's talk about crowd again.
When
Imagine you are a young guy coming to this crowd. And Shiro had this experience, and Beat doesn't.
But Shiro only has it in one environment, MSI.
No,
New
I
York.
don't see it's. I don't think it's really relevant. It's not like people actually cared about that game.
I think Bit. I'm gonna say something wild.
I think this
Don't be yawning, Striker.
semifinal.
Keep yourself away.
Bit MVP. Is
final
that what you're
decider.
gonna say? That's what you're gonna say?
No. When was the last time that you remember a player playing to the caliber of Bit from nowhere? You maybe have more.
Electronic.
Okay, yeah, but not a
No.
real
Waylander.
example. I have a
Out
big.
of nowhere.
I have a bigger.
When
Yeah.
he joined
I
Navi
have
or when
a
he
bigger
joined
one.
Outside?
We're going to play it on
You ready for this?
VSG.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Bigger one than electronic. The last time I remember a player like this playing at
Zawu?
this level. Zawu.
Yeah, I know this guys. I follow this scene.
But that's
I
the
watch
thing.
CS.
But,
I watch
but to
matches.
compare
Occasionally.
somebody in Navi to Zawu, that's not simple. Exactly, Lucas. 10
Crazy.
points for Lucas.
What's it?
He said
Crazy.
crazy.
He said crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So okay, so we Navi.
We have to pick Navi. We
Okay.
have
I
to
think
pick
it
Navi.
has to be Navi. Yeah.
have
NIP
to pick
VP.
Yes, we need to go for the
Yours going last because you're going to say VP. We're going to see if we can change everyone's
VP
opinion.
final all the way. I bet 25 shell buns with Nick in the back. I'm betting 5-1. When they were down 1-0 against FaZe, I said VP gonna be in final. I'm not losing these guys. I've been in this game for a while, you know.
You?
NIP.
Wow.
Wow.
What do
Okay,
you
so
say?
it's
you.
2-1.
I think the map pool.
Let's go for the Lucas, please.
There's Ancient again. There's Ancient again.
Yes,
right?
it's
That's
1-0.
the thing.
1-0 from you. NAP.
But no nuke, no Vertigo. That is actually kind of okay. I think Overpass is very good for both teams, but I don't think VP have to go into Overpass against NIP. I think NIP have more weaknesses than that. I think Dust 2 could be an interesting map between the two of them.
Mirage. VP need to go Dust 2 or Mirage.
Okay. And Ancient is the other map.
Ancient, Mirage, and third Overpass.
I'm really
Or
50-50 here. Really,
it's really hard
50-50.
match, obviously.
It really depends on you should pick NIP as the better team in theory right now, but it really depends on how things go, because if they beat G2, that kind of shows that they can perform on a stage. So if they can beat G2, I guess they can beat VP as well. That's kind of my thinking. Even though I would like to pick VP. I also see a possibility.
It makes sense.
VP have better individual players than NIP if you match them up pound for
Surely,
pound,
yeah.
player to player,
Yep.
without a doubt. They're not even a
VP
competition.
has VP has literally one of the best
Skilled
individual,
rosters.
more skilled. It's all the CIS teams.
I'm going
It's
VP.
not-
Fuck it, I'm going VP. Hooch is here. I'm going VP.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Like
VP all the way.
there's
Okay.
there's yeah. Let's go VP.
Okay.
There's this someone. There's just reply to some tweet, and someone asked who can match up individually Navi, and it's Gambit and it's VP.
And actually, what I
True.
think in the finals,
It's true.
in finals, Navi will get the pressure, not the VP, and it will be super hard for Navi.
I just
and I see the scenario where VP win the major.
Imagine if Hooch is just right. He's just a fucking
Jesus
proper.
fucking
He's just
Christ,
a G.
and people are just gonna
What-
clip
what
this
you say?
all the time, and I'll just I need to look nice.
I'm going with
Something wrong with me?
No. Are we, I know you said that, but what are we picking here? We're picking Navi or VP?
I mean,
I'm going Navi, bro.
fucking
Fuck it.
Navi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is their major to lose.
Yeah, I say that
is-
there is a slight possibility
There-
we can be major.
Yeah,
But let's
we're
go
not
for
gonna
Navi.
get-
We are a
we're not
team.
gonna get
Well,
sold by
obviously
this.
we're a team.
We're not
That's
gonna
it.
get sold by this storyline. Let's
There's
go.
just one thing that I want to say.
I love those
It's in.
stories.
Locked in. I
It's
just
in.
want to say one thing. I
Yep.
really want to see Navi in a high pressure situation where they're struggling, where things are not
I
going
want
well.
that too.
That's what I want to
They're
see
gonna
in
have
this
three of the
league.
hardest games. If
But
this
who
goes true,
knows?
that's three of the hardest. That's the
Yeah.
three hardest games they could have.
Yeah.
100% three hardest games they could
I
have.
think
Facts.
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
And that would be the best way for Simple to win the major, because at that point there's no they beat an easy team. He had to beat the hardest teams for him to play against, without a doubt. Because if they verse G2 again in the final, no one gives a fuck. G2 haven't got a single map over 2 best-of-5 grand finals over 2 years. Yeah, there we go. That's the bomb which dropped. Now, Matchmaker, Lucas, send me the thing.
Okay, let's do this.
We're doing this, and then we're donezo. Oh, tell me when
What is
that's
this?
off the screen.
So we'll have
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 players, and we have 8 descriptions or something, and it's just gonna be based our kind of thoughts on these players, their performances at the major.
Okay, let's go. It's getting late. You know.
Yeah. So we just connect that, and then we're done. We're out of here.
Okay.
What's up?
Sorry. No, I was just checking. I'm just making tomorrow's gonna be fun. What color suit do you think I'll look good in, Hooch?
What?
Suit.
What color?
What color?
For you?
Yeah.
Or black?
Purple.
New orange.
New orange.
Black is the new orange.
Not
Okay.
orange is new black.
All right. So, you've sent me the fun one.
Black
Okay.
always suits anyone, you know.
Yeah.
So what we're doing right now is, so the Parimatch Matchmaker, this is another one of our sponsored segments. So as Prof was just explaining, we have a bunch of player names and we have a bunch of descriptive terms. So we're going to do this together, right?
Yeah, we can just do like one each.
Player each?
One each,
Yeah, that works. Okay. So I'm going to read through the player names for all our audio-only listeners at home, and then we'll go through the descriptive terms. So the players are Elian, Yakinda, Stown, Rops, Zaiwu, and Rez. Oh, Lucky and Rez. Okay. So what we'll do is, Prof, because you did this, you can go first, and then you can set the example for hooch, right?
Okay.
Now, the descriptive terms are land proven, good impression, bad impression, will thrive in the playoffs, did as expected, let team down, best carry, or deserved more. So which player do you want?
to
Where
choose.
is
Can I
it?
have a laptop?
Yeah, I'll send it to you when we
Okay.
right now. Let me just click around,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then I'll send it to you.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I just want to make sure that Prof gets this one under control quite
yeah.
nicely.
We can start with Aliens first.
You want
right?
to start with Elian?
Yeah, he's first on the list. So
Okay.
just start. We can just go that way.
All right.
I think land proven is for him a good thing
Okay.
to say. Like we saw him a lot this year, but almost only online. He's been one of the like highest performing, one of these like CIS uppers. Oh, good, blah blah. And we saw him perform on land like pretty much the same level. So I think that's the thing. Like we don't have to super complicate it. He's land proven. You'll see a couple of more lands, but this is as land proven as he can be after one land.
Okay. Hooch, I want to give you a hard one here.
Can I not talk about my players, okay?
Yeah, no. I want to give you a player that is hard one. That's why I want to give you a hard one.
Let's go.
So I'm going to give you Lucky, okay?
No, not about my players.
This Lucky.
This
No,
Lucky.
Yeah, not Lucky. So see Lucky here with the terms. You have to pick which term
The
you think best
Danish Lucky.
describes him. And explain why you think that. I've given you a hard one.
I can say land proven. I can say that good, bad impression mostly. Driving playoffs or not. As expected, yes. Let team down, yes. Best carry, no. Deserved more.
But which one do you think is the most?
I think that he played super passive on this tournament.
Super passive?
Yes.
The fact that Glaive and Dupree were taking the AWP away from him?
I think that all players need to do more on the map. And it's not me like of the player that played bad. Just expect for the player when you come to play with such guys.
So you think you're disappointed?
For me?
Like your impression of
For
Lucky?
me, yes.
Okay, so click.
What is this?
Use the trackpad. It's not touchscreen. It's not that good. The next laptop I get will be touchscreen.
Buy next time.
Yeah, I know, right? This was a free one.
And deserved more. I think that I can say that he's not talented.
Okay.
I think that he can do.
Yeah.
And I think that he made like beat.
Yeah.
When he came to NAVI.
He was confident.
Obviously, he's like was working a lot with my friend Emiran, who's coach for NAVI.
Yeah.
He's a long time player and coach for Hellraisers. Says that Valera so confident. When you come to the team, important, like you come to the team for the playmakers. I read a book about Sidney Crosby, the playmaker. So when the guy comes to him, so he sees that around him is a strong team, and you need to put like a power. And I feel that Luck is that's the problem.
Sure.
So for me, he deserved more and bad impression.
Okay, Striker, I want you to do Rez.
Rez.
No, nothing.
He's
No
down
offense.
the bottom.
I mean, bad impression, 100%. There's no question about that. Like he's just been underperforming really hard, and I think, the NIP just need him in the playoffs if they want to go far. Like that's the bottom line for 100%. NIP. Like if he doesn't show up, I think NIP just loses to G2 and it's over.
Yeah.
So bad impression for sure. Will thrive in playoffs. That's what I'm saying, right? Like
do you think he'll
needs
thrive
to.
in playoffs?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't really say because
can we even explain like why this happened?
That's the thing. Like I don't understand why, because he's obviously like the more experienced player out of most of the team anyway. If you disregard Device, obviously that's the only more experienced name on that list. So it's hard to tell why. Device seems to think he could just top.
Yeah, but
maybe.
he's already played.
Because online,
online
he was the guy who leads the team all the time.
He was an MVP of LAN. So
many times. Yeah,
Well,
I think that I think it's just maybe when he come to the crowd, feel the
You think
the
that'll wake
vibe.
him up?
Maybe.
I think because I think he's a great player.
It can't be any worse, so I'm gonna go with Thrive in playoffs. So
Okay.
let's do that.
All right. We've got Zawu left, Rops left. Well, Rops here. I think Rops. We have Stown and we have Yakinda. I think Yakinda would be a good one to say thrive in playoffs because I think Yakinda. You don't think so? Oh, you think so?
I think that he's.
Yeah, because for me,
Listen.
Yakinda he's cocky. He's confident, right? And I think the
Listen,
crowd.
he changed
he's
so
a
much.
Showman. You
Changed so much.
How
Like
he change?
another by the way, he
In a good way?
the major now, and if I look at him, and he's like a champion. He's going.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's a fighter.
He's like.
Rocky.
Dedicated.
Laser
Yes,
focused.
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
it. Because I know him for a long time and we worked together several months. I like this guy. I love this guy.
Okay.
And and look at him now. I feel like he's Rocky Balboa.
Nice.
I think
okay.
he's Rocky.
I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think thrive in playoffs, right? Because if we're going to believe what you said with them getting to the final, he needs to thrive in playoffs.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe.
No,
maybe.
no, it's okay.
I don't know.
I'm signing up.
Like,
I'm a believer.
what I say on Russian analyst desk all the time. Like, our job is really funny because we just say that and this can possibly not happen at all.
Yeah. But the thing that's good about our job is we say what we think, and then if it doesn't happen, we say why it didn't happen.
Yeah, and when it happens, I say like,
I was right.
I told you so.
That's
what it is.
For Rops, for me, and you guys can disagree with this one. I know he's a good player, but I think in this event he gave a bad impression because in the map where the team needed him and his experience the most, he was the worst. He looked like a Blame F level of beta in that Vertigo game.
Yep.
It was boring.
He took no risk, and you said someone had to take risk in that team. He was the player who should have taken the risk.
Boomers was taking risks so many times, and he did for his job.
And that's why he looked good.
We talked the same in our room that Robs is not stepping up, obviously, when he should.
Okay, I'm glad.
So I agree with you, Sponge.
Nice.
You have good understanding of CS.
Oh, thank you.
I admire that.
Oh.
People let the team down in that case then.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get paid for talking
I think that's a
about
better one
Counter
for
Strike.
that.
Let team down.
Yeah, I think that's a better one for
let
that.
team down? Yeah, good call. I didn't say
Yeah.
that. Let team down.
Lucas
That's a much
always
better
good.
one.
Lucas always delivers.
Yeah. And, okay, Stown, Lamb proven, good impression. He gave a good impression on
That's
I
great
think
impression.
Stown, one of my favorite players in the world.
Sound is good.
The thing for this heroic roster was, in the conversation of the team, is, in my mind, Stown should have been the star, but nobody was the star. Everybody was good in different moments. But in this event,
Entropiq.
He's finally the star.
but in this event, he's the star. So that's why I think good impression.
Yep.
Because it reminds me
For
of...
me,
I agree.
he's a complete player.
He's very good. Very good. I really like Stown. And Zaiwu deserved more. Best carry, let team down, did as expected. I think did as expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were down 2-0, he didn't give it to the team, but then 3 matches delivered.
Yeah. He turned up in a big way.
And so crisp. He has so nice aim placement.
Yeah.
One of the best in the world.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
makes things look very easy.
He does.
So easy. When you look his highlights, when you look simple highlights, they're like,
Yeah, flicks over all around.
or at least like, when Zaivo,
yeah.
ace.
Casual. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
casual.
Yeah.
Like the guy went after the job to the internet cafe, take some beer, and did ace.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Okay, boys. That's the end of the Paramatch Matchmaker segment. And because we've been going for 3 hours and 30
Do we
minutes,
have some questions from the chat?
I don't even know if we're going to bother with that.
No,
I think
no,
we leave
no,
it. I
no,
think
no,
we
no.
leave it because what I was saying was, and Hooch, maybe are you hanging around for all of the event?
Yeah, I'm maybe staying for 2 more days. I don't know.
Okay, nice.
Huh.
Okay, because
Maybe I will work for Russia broadcast. I don't know. I'm just enjoying the moment. And I want to say to my players that you need to stay and to enjoy the major. And all of you should come and watch the games and cheer for the teams because it's the celebration of Counter-Strike.
I love
We
it.
need to admire it.
I love it. Yeah.
We love this game.
Yeah.
And LAN CS is amazing.
Yeah. It's a
Let's
whole
get this
different
moment
beast.
at
This is
Avicii
beautiful.
Arena.
This is beautiful. I fucking love Hooch.
Thank you.
This is it. This is the sentiment
is
we've
it.
all got. We've had a bit of an interesting show this evening, right?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of guests. We had the Copenhagen Flames boys in here. We've had Hooch come in. This has been really, really good, by the way.
Thank you, man.
So what I'm thinking we might do, and we don't know yet, we'll decide. We have to talk about this, right? We have a lot of things going on. But maybe we'll come back because I think Lucas is here the whole time. We have time before the games start each day. We have maybe time after, depending on how. So maybe we just do this if it happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if you want to come back and join us, hooch, when we're doing this,
if you want to, I will. If the viewers like and you like it, I would like to.
Yeah, we love it.
I always dream to come to a English broadcast and to analyze desk or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if my English.
No, you've been great, dude. You fucking killed it.
Good,
this is
man.
really
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think
Spasiba.
like it. Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't know how to say in English. Oh, in Australian. Thank you, obviously.
That's the one.
That's
the one. That's the one.
Yeah, but if you want, I will come. I will come.
Okay.
Obviously.
Beautiful.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Boys, we got anything else we want to add to this?
No, it's been pretty good.
Let's go CIS.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in for another evening. I know it is quite late, so I hope all of you who have school tomorrow are going to get enough sleep. But yeah, exactly what hooch said. Tune in, watch the Major, a celebration of Counter-Strike, and if you're tuning in watching this, you already love the game. So thank you for joining us again on HLTV Confirmed. Yeah, this is going to be fun, and hopefully we'll be back over the next couple of days to bring you some more of this crazy action. We might get some more individuals from the event
to
in
go.
here. So yeah.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Peace. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure. I'm just using Lucas's
Bye.
signage.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Add some fun to your space with Xtrfy, designed in Sweden with focus on quality products built on experience. You're looking at Project 4, their 4th generation of products with super cool colorways to stand out, with matching sets to satisfy with a solid B4 bungee, lightweight ergonomic M4 mouse, the K4 keyboard is fantastic, all of which are performance focused, and finish it off with colorful GP4 mouse mats that are bold in design and smooth on the surface. The retro theme in particular has got the feels. Complete your setup with Xtrfy. No regrets, guaranteed.
Stuck ranking up? Lost the motivation to grind? Bored of clicking heads on aim maps? Get some color into your game. Bitskins.com. Buying and selling skins made easy. Tons of payment methods and instant cash outs. Just choose your dream skins, select your preferred payment method, and start grinding again. If you want to play like the pros, you gotta look like the pros.
These bombs go to the teammates.
I wanna see you falling fast. Win the round. Win the game.
Parry Match. Your esports teammate.